Live.
Jesus.
Go live. Shh.
Kimmy's coming soon. So
Shh. Okay,
big
let's
out of us.
go. We are live.
We are live.
Hello, everybody. That has been a dramatic week. I can tell you
It
that
has been
much.
so dramatic. It's been amazing.
It has
We've
been.
had one of the deadliest storms in Sri Lanka's modern history, which has killed over 600 people and nearly 1 million people have been affected, including one of our DJs.
What?
And I have to say, yeah, and we know this because he actually sent us a video filmed outside his front door of what was going on looking down the street. And it got shared. We shared it around the staff on the team there, and literally, you talk about people in Second Life that just sit there and don't do anything, or just gawp, or just tart up their avatar, or or be hypercritical of somebody else because it's all about them, and just want to criticize other people, that kind of thing. And yet something like this happens, and literally the whole team, there's about 40 odd in the team, they all rallied around. Okay, what can we do? How is he? Can we get any money out to him? Can we get anything to keep him dry? Do we want to cover his sets? How are we going to? The response has been amazing, and I was talking to Kat about it, and she's got quite emotional. She said, we've set up the whole club and the organisation to help people that have challenges. Okay, this guy has challenges. He's got water up to the guttering on his house, right? So there's literally, his house is probably about 10 foot deep in water.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. So it's up to the roof, and we're saying, like, are you okay? And he said, well, yeah, I'm fine. He said, I'll be okay. He said, but I'm afraid the power might be a little bit unreliable, so I'm not sure if I could do my set. I mean, we just look at this saying, Jesus Christ, look how much water you've got there. It's insane.
Oh.
So yeah, but literally everybody has rallied around. It's been amazing. So that Cyclone Ditwa, I think that's how you pronounce it. The rains have also saturated the Central Hills, triggering landslips. There's displaced 200,000 people, so it's over 1 million people affected by the rain, the storms, 600 dead, 200,000 people on there. The infrastructure damage, it's damaged roads, railways, hydropower stations, hospitals disrupted, exposing weaknesses in disaster preparation, the whole lot. Hospitals, everything is overcrowded. It's absolutely crazy. And because Sri Lanka obviously is still a developing country, and they are getting a growth in the country slowly, but not a lot happening very, very quickly. And it's just amazing to see
Andy,
in all of that.
I'm so sorry. Pris has froze.
What? Who?
Pris has froze. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me. I cannot touch the screen. I've got a loading thing.
Okay. You've just disappeared.
Might be crashing.
I think you have crashed. You've disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on.
We can still hear you though.
I can still hear you. That's a bit weird. Have you done that?
That is very weird.
I don't know. Magic?
Welcome to the Twilight Zone. We've got Morticia Raven sitting across the boat here, and
okay, I'll be back.
Yes, there you go, Zia. It's the ghost of Christmas past.
She's not recording though. Yeah, I went to 2 or 3 different stores and bought 2 or 3 tiny things for the Christmas decoration.
Inventory today. Holy crap!
She's back.
It's
Yeah, Essel's been weird.
yeah, it's putting my dress back on. I can't remove it. This is crazy.
That's an interesting look.
Yes, looks like she has t-shirt nipples.
Your legs have vanished as well. Oh, hang
Oh
on.
gosh.
I'm
Oh my
seeing
god.
easy,
Oh,
easy,
wait,
Tiger. Easy, Tiger. I'm seeing bits now. You didn't show me that. All right. Please,
I don't know
give me
what
a
to
break.
do now.
Give me a break. I've got to go to sleep after this. I can't.
Where are my
I
shorts?
can help you if you feel awake, Andy.
My
Where are
God,
my
anyway.
shorts? I'm looking for my shorts. Wow.
It's so funny. The cat meowed when she was showing her downstairs.
I moved.
Oh my goodness. Are we live on this thing or what? I don't even know if we're live.
Just don't look.
We are. We
Are we
are
still-
live. We're
we
just
are live,
a
so
Yeah, we are
minute-
live. We're still live.
We're
Oh, here
about
we
30
go.
seconds to a minute behind as always.
Yeah, okay, but there's still. I'm
Yeah, I
looking
can
for
see
my
we are live.
shorts.
We are live, but they can hear us laughing in there as well. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Oh, so me talking about all the problems in Sri Lanka. Okay, the reason I was looking at the problems in Sri Lanka was I mistyped. And when I asked my AI friend what the issues are current in Second Life, I just put SL without thinking, and it immediately started thinking about Sri Lanka, as you do. So that's why I'm I'm just fitting it back
Do
in
I
to
have
see
my
what
shorts
other
on?
issues.
Can tell.
Yeah.
Are my
Hang
shorts
on.
on?
Your shorts are on.
Okay.
Your ass is vanished. There's nothing from your knee down. You're a paraplegic now. But apart from that,
You're right
doing
now,
well.
Pris. Yeah.
Okay. Coming back into view.
You're not
Asleep
Don't
below her
it
legs.
though. Is your AO on?
There's a
Just don't
cat.
show your feet on YouTube. Yeah.
There's a cat
Okay.
underneath the seat.
Yes, the cat. Yeah, because it resets everything. This is so.
Oh, okay. It's under the seat. It keeps sticking its
Yeah.
head up from
Hold on,
top,
hold on, hold on.
like a mouse.
There. There. Okay. Let's not panic. He's back.
Amazing, amazing. Right, there we go. Look at the
Okay. Phew. Oh my
Well,
god.
that was an early Christmas present. Well, thank you for that, Pris. That was emotional.
Cloudy, do you have your AO on? Because you're sinking.
Do you have your AO on, Chris?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Oh, well, you're standing.
well, that's interesting because this is really interesting because on YouTube you've got legs and feet, and in my view on Second Life you haven't. That'd be good. If you want to kick me under the table like you do, then I can't do much.
This is, yeah, welcome to Second Life. It's the usual.
Confused yet? You will be. Anyway, so moving swiftly on. Right, so
Okay, so what happened while I was gone?
we got talking about this cyclone in Sri Lanka.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was one
that's
of the most deadliest storms in modern history. Basically, over 600 have died. Nearly 1 million people have been affected. About 200,000 people have been displaced with major flooding, landslides. There's been massive damage to the infrastructure. It's a major issue. This is Cyclone Ditwa. We've got a DJ that's in Sri Lanka. He phoned in to say, terribly sorry, the weather's been bad, he said, and I don't think I can make my set today. He then sent us a video, and the video was basically showing, well, I shouldn't be laughing, the water was up to the roof of his house.
Yep.
And it was like, what was really nice is, as I say, I will mention the name. Sinner is set up to help people, motivate people, and help people that have challenges in their real world as well as everything else. They can be physical, they can be intellectual, they can be emotional, and we welcome all comers as far as that's concerned, as long as they don't impinge on other people as part of that. That's the one and only rule that we have in that whole setup. what was really heartwarming about the whole thing, we've got about 40 odd people in the staff working within the Second Life part of it, because there's a fair chunk working outside as well. But within the Second Life part of it as well, people just looked at, we put up a video that he sent us from outside his front door in the staff chat, and immediately everybody just came back to us and said, what can we do? Can we send money? Can we help him? Can he make his sets? What can we do? And this is typical guy. He's a lovely guy. He came back. He always underplays it as well, because there's a bit of pride about the whole thing too. He said, "Well, I've got a bit of water here. We were evacuated for 2 days." He said, "But the power's still a bit irregular, so I might not be able to play my set tonight." We said, "You're not bloody joking. I mean, look at the state of it." I think basically what they did is they took everything out from the main house and they put it into the roof space or on the roof, so that he didn't lose it that way. And that would include all his DJing equipment and stuff as well. But it was just amazing and really heartwarming that everybody rallied around. And literally, he has 2 sets in the week, so they just came back and said, right, okay, he will not be in a fit state to play that set or that set. We're on standby. If he can make it, great. If he can't make it, we've got it covered. And if everybody just jumped, we didn't have to even ask anybody. They just came to us and said, what can we do? And it's fantastic when that actually happens. I've not seen that happen in Second Life, funnily enough, really. So yeah, that was great. So well done to the team on that one. I will just give a shout out to the guys on that, and that's why I've just mentioned the actual club, which I don't usually mention by name. So yeah, thank you to all those if you're watching this stream about that and helping out for that thing. We'll keep looking. We'll see what happens with the water level as it eventually drops, and ultimately, I'm sure he'll be back on his usual maniac self when he plays, because he's a real maniac of a DJ. He's a great guy though. Yeah. Yeah. You don't realise he is where he is when you listen to him. But he's a young talent. He's probably about 25, 26, but the stuff he comes out with is capable of much bigger and better things in other parts of the world. But anyway, so that was my little shout out to that thing, and thank you for allowing me to just talk for a couple of seconds related to that. Just looking on the AI stuff we've got here and seeing what else is going on in Second Life right now. My little bot has gone away and it's trawling through all the forum and everything else. Oh, this is interesting. The main issues in Second Life right now, as in late 2025, are declining user activity, technical frustrations with new rendering updates, and uncertainty around Linden Labs restructuring. Wow, that's some stuff to pick up. Apparently, these are the main issues right now as of late 2025.
Yeah, but that's been all year long, those issues, or maybe for the past 20 years.
So just enlarging on what this is actually saying. So if we go back to the user-based engagement, in 2024, the daily peak users were roughly around 50,000. Now they're 41,000. If the numbers dip below 40,000, the community is predicting there will be layoffs at Linden Lab because of the investment side. So that will ultimately then cascade down to
there's already been some
layoffs. There'll be more layoffs expected on that. Long-time residents are worrying about shrinking activity. It obviously affects events, commerce, the community world within Second Life. Ultimately, it does. I think sometimes communities have a habit of adapting to it. I think when you talked in terms of the bot activity out there and people stepping back from that or stepping back from the alt characters, then I think again that's having an effect from that, and that's another reason why those figures are dropping too. On the technical side, PBR, mixed reactions. Improves realism for a lot of people, particularly if you want shiny stuff, and all that works. But so many users are reporting performance problems. There's incompatibility with older hardware. There's dissatisfaction with how it changes the look of existing builds. Linden Labs are going back and they are rewriting some of the stuff they're doing simply because they're realizing that it's not compatible with their user base. And ultimately, if the user base can't carry on using it, and they haven't got the money to go out and buy a whole new mainframe computer to be able to handle this stuff, and I'll say mainframe with my tongue in my cheek, then, effectively they lose users. And the users will walk away and they'll go to another platform where they don't have to change their computer. So that's out there. We've got, hey Kimmy, like in the Christmas outfit. Looks like Kimmy's.
She's naked. She's naked.
She's not naked. Well, she might be naked to you, but she looks fine to me.
Okay, quick.
She's like the elf. She's like the elf on the shelf to me. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to my view, you are still a paraplegic though, Pris. Your legs still don't have anything below the knees, but that's obviously a second life thing.
Oh my gosh.
She did look naked to Pris. Oh no.
And of course, now she's naked to Pris. It just means that the whole thing is now going to be appearing on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you will see her boobs. Yep, definitely. Will be on the stream for like.
I've still got
a treat for everybody.
I've still got a loading thing on my YouTube account here, so we just better refresh this. Oh, there she is. No, she's got the clothes on now, according to this.
Now she does.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. I just missed that. Oh, well, never mind.
You did. You could have gotten
that was lucky. You could have got Pris a strike there for doing nudity and stuff like that on YouTube. That would not have been good.
Somebody saw that.
Yeah.
Nobody strike her though. That's not
Sweet.
fair.
Oh yeah. We see it for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Getting back to grid stability. Cool. There's an icon. There's an ironic phrase. Just bearing in mind what just happened. There we go. So the official status pages are showing that the platform is generally operational, but they are still getting outages. Billing maintenance is still occurring. So the link between billing and that whole infrastructure on charges and everything else, there have been problems related to that. I do recall one happening earlier this week, which was nuts, and again last week, which was even more nuts. So yeah. Linden Lab leadership has still emphasised a mobile forward vision. There's still a lot of scepticism, and I'm not going to say anything about what Pris said on it, but yes, how well Second Life can translate to smaller devices. And you'll see that if you go onto Patreon, you'll see how that's being talked about there as well. Yeah, Linden Lab, we talked about staff cuts. There was rumours of a possible sale circulated earlier in 2024. The executive chair, Brad Overwager, basically reassured the community that Second Life will continue. Restructuring is ongoing. They have already had staff cuts. There may well be more staff cuts to come if the user numbers keep dropping. And obviously then support will be reduced, so it'll be hit service in terms of service and support first before they start cascading down to more on things on the development side. The in-world economy is active, but the reduction in numbers and uncertainty about the Linden Labs direction are creating instability. Guys, none of us really are in the States apart from Clara. Have we all noticed how the cost of Lindens is going up through the roof right now?
I've noticed it go up slightly, but I only do things slightly with it. So, but people who do large amounts, I'm sure, are.
I'm seeing on the amount that I spend on a week-by-week basis, it's gone up by 20% in the space of the last 3 weeks. That's just an observation of mine. I'm not going to say how much.
Hey, that is not something I observed. Yeah.
That's not a small percentage increase. That's a large chunk.
Yeah.
So yeah, 20% increase.
Yeah, is in the States, and she says it's about the same 20%.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing anyway.
Small amount.
Yeah. So I guess the key takeaways from this are basically the technical dissatisfaction with the likes of the texturing and PBR and how it's affecting people adversely. I still have a crashing issue on my own computer. I'm sitting here looking more on YouTube because I can see more on YouTube than anything else. So that's there. And then the other parts as well. We've got the medium-term challenges created by Linden Labs restructuring and the customer support changes there. They're still trying to maintain or potentially improve their profit margins, even at the adverse effect of basically reducing staff to be able to cover that. Well, I feel that's a shame, but we'll see.
I don't know where they got their data, because I've spoken with the Lindens. But I don't want to reveal everything just yet. But
Sorry, Pris, you're sounding a bit
Yeah.
like a Dalek at the moment.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Oh, I'm just saying that I don't know where those comments. I mean, that was during the year. Everybody was complaining and PBR and all this kind of thing. But I've spoken with the Lindens and which I can't say reveal
No.
everything now, but they are pretty positive about what's
They
coming.
will, of course, they will stay positive, but this is a question of looking at the internet. I'm looking at sites like Patreon, the Second Life community, the forums, as well as Linden Labs, as well as announcements which they're making. There's a lot of announcements being given out on Patreon related to Second Life, which is interesting. Maybe I need to have a look closer about that side, some of the stuff.
And I mean, people
that's
do
where it is.
still spend a lot of money. I mean, when you see all the subscription on Patreon that people pay for, YouTube memberships and all the membership, people are still spending money. So yes,
Don't forget also we had
Yeah.
things like the Black Dragon viewer that went under because the support they were getting on Patreon wasn't enough to cover the overheads of maintaining that viewer and the updates that was on that. And obviously they had issues when they brought out PBR because it wasn't compatible. So again,
But Black Dragon was one person doing their own thing. He decided he wanted a viewer to do his photography, and it wasn't something paying for everybody. Like he didn't want to do it for Mac because he's not a Mac user, and decided, well, I'm not a Mac user. I don't care about Mac. I'm not going to do it for Mac. So it was him doing his own thing, that he didn't have the money, or that was like doing a hobby, not something's
there was a new beta which came out recently. I noticed. You mentioned it last week. How are you finding that? Is that working well for you now?
The beta, it doesn't work for voice for me. I have to log in to be able to do voice. I have to log into the normal version of Firestorm.
What about textures and things like that? Are you finding it's more stable from a visual
No,
appearance
it's the
point of view?
same. It doesn't. It takes a while to raise something. The bomb layers, I still have to raise where a few
You mean bake on mesh? You mean?
Pardon?
You mean bake on mesh? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if
you say bomb to me, I'm thinking you're talking about arse, and that's different.
Makeup nation. So if I wear makeup, like I will wear eyeshadows and it won't appear. So I have to wear another eyeshadow layer so that the one before appears, and then I have to remove it. So it's quite tricky. And every time I wear an accessory, it will take a few seconds before you can see it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. But that happens in beta and the normal Firestorm.
Yeah. And we've got through the shopping nightmare, or alternatively Nirvana, that was Black Friday and the sales. There were still Black Friday things going on this week flying around, which is amazing.
Yes.
I then got spammed by another organisation another store that wants me to buy lingerie for my avatar. I still don't think that's a good idea. I know Cloudy would like me to wear lingerie, but I really don't think it's a good idea.
I bought you lingerie once and you looked incredible in it.
Let's not go there.
You would have won the contest, but you were part of the staff. We didn't find out after.
Yeah. We had a lingerie party. She dressed up my avatar in lingerie and she entered me in the competition. But as they said, it was a staff thing, and I just said no. I'll rule myself out because I'm staff. So it ain't gonna happen.
You would have won, but yeah, you were staff. we didn't realize that.
Yeah. And no, Clowny, I'm not gonna wear it today. Okay, so let's not go there.
I've got this funny picture in my mind. I think you should do it because otherwise we're going to imagine plenty.
Well, you know what they say. I mean, it's oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember how it goes.
Good in it.
It's I'm just trying to remember the thing.
Turned me into a gay man for you.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
Was he wearing high heels as well?
Were you barefoot or did heels come with it, baby?
Well, you know what it is, right? It's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right, and with your hands on your hips, you bring your knees in tight. It's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. So let's just do the time warp again.
Okay, but did you wear heels or not?
Why are you so preoccupied with where I was wearing it? I was wearing heels.
The question asked.
Yes, on
I
cobbles
asked you were wearing
in a
heels.
northern town.
Why
In
can't
a
we
northern
see? Why
town.
can't we see the picture?
Well, in those days, we didn't have mobile phones to take pictures, right? And I was at university.
Oh,
so I'm
are
going
we
back a few years.
talking real life?
We
Yeah.
are talking real life, yes.
Wait,
my
slow down, sit on. Wait. The one I was talking about was an SL, but Andy did it for real in real life too.
Can we just maybe change the subject, because I have a sneaking suspicion that Pris is going to end up making a short about this.
Wow.
Timmy, yes, it was. The real life one was.
Oh,
The
what
SL
the
one
hell?
was for
What
a
I will
bachelorette
say,
party.
she's already done me on go-go. She's already done me on transsexual go-go dances in a London nightclub. I might as well talk about this, because this is a lot less. So yeah, basically, I was a university student, and Rocky Horror came to town. It was basically, they were trying it out as a stage show, and it was eventually going to go to the London West End. They decided to pick a local theatre. By the time I was in Stoke-on-Trent, going to university, so they took it up to the Theatre Royal up at Hanley, and it was the original movie cast. I have to say, Tim Curry, the lot. We had
I
every,
met him.
Oh,
the
so
only guy,
jealous.
the only guy that wasn't there was Richard O'Brien, the guy that ended up doing the Crystal Maze later. You know, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest of them, even down to, I can't remember the guy's name, the narrator. He ended up turning as a Bond villain in one thing at one point as well. But he was in there doing the whole narrator thing as well. So we thought, oh, we've got to go. So we got there, and being university students and not giving a damn, we literally went out and we got lingerie, we got all the stuff there. I had a long coat to sit the whole thing there, and I got myself like a pair of sneakers to be able to walk across the cobbles and stuff, because it was cobbles in the streets outside there. And we went in there. We got a couple of bags of rice and stuff to throw over each other, and we had an absolute ball. And we were looking, the stuff was coming down the aisles to us as we were sort of in the back there, because we had the cheap seats in the stalls, and had an amazing time. We'd sat through all the records, and we remembered all the words. I mean, it's like I say, this is a long time ago. This is why I just had to look some of them up. But yes,
This does continue. It's almost like a law now. If you go to see Rocky Horror in its stage show, you have to go dressed up. If you don't, you are like the odd one out.
Correct.
I've been to see it a few times, and yeah, it's great fun.
So we went into this, and it was on the opening night, or the second to the opening night, and there must have been probably around 15 people in the whole theatre. And we're in there with a cast of Rocky Horror doing the whole thing, and we just went wild. And they came back and they said that we'd made the atmosphere and everything else, and would we like to come back every night that they were sitting in that theatre? We said, yeah, okay, fine. So for the next 6 weeks, we had a regular 3 nights a week engagement to go up and sit in the Theatre Royal and be basically the audience. What audience participation for the Rocky Horror Picture Show with the original cast of Rocky Horror. It's just one of those crazy things I've done when I was a bit younger, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, and Tim Curry was in there. I have to say, probably different now. He's getting on a bit, but if I don't even know. But yeah, his legs look better than mine. My hairy legs.
Oh, he looked incredible in that film.
My hairy legs aren't too good in fishnet tights.
He is in a wheelchair,
yeah.
And it affected his weight. But it seems like he's really positive, and just for all intents and purposes, he's still Tim Curry, which is so awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, they all are. I mean, hang on, we didn't get. Brad and the other one, Susan Sarandon. She wasn't in it because she was quite young in the movie, wasn't she?
Janet.
Yeah. They didn't have those two in it. They had two other people in there. I can't remember who they were, but yeah, the other key characters that you could all remember from Rocky Horror, they were all there in the show, and it was okay. I was not a Rocky Horror fan really beforehand. I was by the time it finished.
Yeah. He plays Eddie on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Ah,
Big Meatloaf fan.
I haven't seen the movie.
You...
I know.
Oh,
Actually, no, tell her. No, we didn't have Meatloaf. No, Meatloaf wasn't in it. No, but yeah, it's oh God. Yeah. Clara, you've got to go and see it, or you've got to look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just once.
And the stage show
Next
is
time-
incredible. It's
Next
so
time we
good.
see each other, baby, we could watch it together.
Side issue from this in 2012, as I was auditioning for the Olympic ceremonies and Paralympic ceremonies, the first night, which was all about dancing and stuff, I found myself put up with a couple of guys, and the guy gave me a load of choreography to basically remember, and was looking at this thing, and Nathan's actually one of the choreographers for Strictly, for the people that know that show here in the UK now. But he was working as a choreographer for the Olympic ceremonies at that time. Still in contact with him because he does a thing called post-Olympic dance, which is like a dancing, and they do flash mobs and things like that, and they see each other every on a Sunday in the Pineapple Studios in London. But yeah, basically we got probably about 5 or 6 moves in. I suddenly realised, I said, this is vaguely familiar. And he's looking at me and smiling. He said, you haven't worked it out yet? And I said, no. And he said, okay. And he jump to the left. And I said, oh, hang on a minute. He said, yeah. He said, I said, this ain't Rocky Horror, is it? And he looked at me and said, keep quiet. Don't tell the others. I said, okay, fine. So I knew exactly what I was doing after that. But it was funny. So yeah, he got us doing all Rocky Horror as one of the audition things we were doing for the dancing in Olympic ceremonies. So, yeah. It's a funny old world, isn't it?
Sorry,
Everyone's
there's a
gone-
chat going on in local chat.
Well, I'm looking at that.
I know, sorry.
Yeah. So much going on in local. All I've got is something going on. Hello, dears.
Yeah,
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh,
we
yes.
We are talking about good drag queen movies, and I named Mrs. Doubtfire, which I also haven't seen.
You've not seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh my God.
I know, I haven't seen any of the good movies.
Oh, the sun shines on the righteous. Yes. Okay. What can I say? Yeah, it's Mrs. Doubtfire is a glorious movie, and Robin Williams is absolutely brilliant in that. You've got to see that one, and it's getting on a
Love
bit.
Robin Williams.
So yeah, but there we go. So that's what's going on in Second Life right now. That's what's going on. One of my sort of not claim to fame. I tried to brush it under the table actually. I really don't look good in lingerie. Sorry guys.
I doubt that. I highly doubt that. He refuses to show me himself in guy liner even though he lives through the new romantics era.
I still have. That was a Napoleonic uniform. That was different.
It was see stuff, and I don't get to see it.
I don't keep this stuff, right? You know,
Do you have pictures?
I don't keep this stuff. I don't look. You're in a world now where everyone's takes selfies and stuff. I'm going back to like the 80s here now, where people didn't have mobile phones even to take selfies. No, probably not. If there was a picture, I haven't got it.
Well, then, can you wear guy liner for me now?
No.
There's my answer then.
Yeah. It was a time a long time ago. I know to some people in Second Life it's like still yesterday. They still think it's a fantastic. Okay, it was a fantastic time. I can't get away from it.
The 80s were the best.
Apart from when Rick Astley came out, and people still Rick rolling me, and I groaned every time. But apart from that, we can't have everything, can we?
You remember when I Rick rolled you for our 2-year anniversary?
Yeah, that wasn't fun. Anyway, so we've got all that. Yeah, all right. Moving on. So we've got it's a great time. People enjoy some of the music and stuff. That's great. And 80s, 90s, noughties, as you want to call it. That was a great. We've had some great times during the course of that thing. Music changes and evolves. So could you say it's better or best? I just think it was different.
No,
And
the 80s are the best. Can I tell the
There's
story?
there's good and bad in everything. So
Does
yeah.
anybody want to hear the story of how I rickrolled him?
No, they don't want to know.
How you what?
I rickrolled him.
They don't need to know on YouTube.
Okay, no, if it's
Tia
personal.
wants to know. What?
No.
It was for our anniversary. It's a very public.
They don't need to know,
story.
okay? Don't need to know. Just move on, okay? So... Oh.
What you're saying about music, Andy, I wouldn't be able to tell you who is in the charts these days. It's going to make me sound incredibly old. I couldn't tell you who's in the charts.
Do you know something?
It's the AI person, I'm pretty sure.
And I've done stuff in them. I've done stuff in music, and I've still got contacts in the whole thing, and I can't tell everybody that's in there even now. So yeah, and in fact, some of the people that are doing very well are people that have done stuff. Well, it's come to that time of year when Mariah Carey does very well, and probably Noddy Holder would do extremely well if, bless him, he was still alive. And that song's been going since like the early 70s.
Yeah, so. Wizard and the Pogues will be up at the top of the charts, which I have no issue with.
Yeah, to me, Noddy Holder, Slade. Wish it could be Christmas every day. I mean, that's Merry Christmas everybody. That is a song from a very long time ago. I probably was born and listened to that thing, and it's been around since time immemorial. And probably the people in the States and other parts of the world don't have a clue about what that record actually is. But it's a great time. There's been some other nice ones since, but I think the golden age of many Christmas ballads and songs and stuff was probably around, I don't know, would you say probably around 10, 15 years ago? Before Cliff Richard came along and spoiled it all.
I mean, the latest song that I know that's come out recently, I don't know if you heard it, was that Lad Baby guy who released a song about sausage rolls. I'm like, oh my god, is this what it's come to? Honestly.
Well, he's had the Christmas #1 for something like about 4 years running now here in the UK.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Although 2 years ago he very nearly got challenged by the cat in my local town here, which apparently wasn't doing too badly. Clara, Clara's cat crazy. Cat likes this. Clara, why don't you tell her?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I've been IMing the story of the Rickroll to Zia.
Oh dear God. Okay, so we've got a cat. It's gone viral. This thing's gone viral, so some people might come across it, some people might not. There's someone's pet cat has come across the idea that if they sit on the station barriers here in my local town, all the commuters as they come through going to and from London, etc., all like to stroke and pet the cat. And there's a lot of commuters, and the cat really likes the attention. It's absolutely great. And then people started taking photographs of the cat and what the cat was doing and everything else. And the whole cat went viral to the point at which a local music producer made a song called Check Me Out. Yeah, Check Me Out. Meout, as in meow. And it went through. It was 2 years ago. It was challenging Lad Baby for the Christmas #1 slot. All the money was going to the RSPCA. Lad Baby, they were putting it towards. Was it Children in Need?
Trussell Trust. No, Trussell Trust.
Yeah. And that's they do that whole thing. They got a lot of celebrities involved, didn't they, with it as well?
Yeah, they got like Elton John, I think Ed Sheeran. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. On Nile of the Cat, they even got the cat to switch on the Christmas lights. That's how crazy it's going.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine this? 2,000 people all come out there, all sitting around the stage, and the local mayor turns up, and we've got bands, we've got dancers, and everything else here. And some guy comes up with a ginger and white cat, puts his paw on the big button to switch the lights on.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad the cat didn't make it to #1 now. We should make this happen. Everyone get on Spotify, start playing this song, get it to #1.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, AI music is making #1 right now.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, I heard.
It's always brief, but you keep hearing about it. It keeps happening.
Now, apparently on Spotify, the number one is an AI singer.
Oh,
No
wow.
idea.
Yeah, I don't pay for anything. I don't have Spotify. I just see articles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Well, this
like
is
to
it.
keep buying
You know,
DVDs.
cost of vinyl used to be incredibly cheap. That's why it got really. That's why it was so popular. And then it almost died out when compact disc came out. And then it's come back and it's been quite niche. So they're charging an awful lot for vinyl, but they're out there. But now apparently compact disc is making a return as well. So there are new compact disc players coming back out there as well now. People are starting to value having something physical and tangible in the hand when they go to a shop, rather than just basically buying a file online. And I think that's quite nice in a way. I'm old-fashioned that way. I like to have something physical too. Um, Behind my sofa, I've got piles and piles of boxes and hundreds of CDs in there, and I still will use those whenever I can.
I love the sound of vinyl though. I love the sound of it. It's just yeah,
Yeah,
When
something
you've
it's
got an
nostalgic
older
about
big.
record,
listening to a vinyl.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and you put that needle on the record, and you get that sort of you can
yeah,
hear it. You can hear it on
yeah,
it. It's a warmer sound as well, isn't it?
yeah.
And
Yes,
you can hear the
definitely.
scratches in there. It gives you that whole moment of suspense before the music actually starts. Um, it's
No,
nice.
I've got to go and buy one.
I like having physical things to hold too.
Going
I
to
wish I
put
could
that
still
on
play
my
CDs and
Christmas list.
DVDs.
Sorry, I didn't hear a word of that because you both spoke at the same time. What did you say? Hello?
I like the feeling of having something physical too. I
Oh,
wish
okay.
I could still play CDs and DVDs, and like I like physical books, and I like to have a notebook to write in.
Yeah.
So that was what I said. Pris was talking about her Christmas gifts.
Yeah. I can see Denise is online here, but I can't see her where we are.
Yeah,
So,
she's stuck in RP. She's saying.
oh, she's stuck in RP. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did say that before. She wasn't coming because she was
Yeah.
doing some RP.
For 6 hours. I'm just looking at this. What RP can keep you going for six? Well, I'm sure actually some RPs can keep you going for 6 hours, but wow.
Not well. I don't want to speak out of turn, but not all of her RPs are what you're thinking of. Sometimes she just wants to, roleplay like day in the life type stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite amazing, but yeah, well, people, I guess the phrase, the British phrase we have one, there's nought so queer as folk, and then there's other phrases out there, whatever you like, and at the end of the day, Second Life is about opportunities and making things what you like, as long as obviously you don't impinge or you impose that on other people. So yeah, if she's into that sort of thing, then great.
Well, Broadway
Here
is
we
a
go.
big thing in Second Life.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So she's actually responding to what I'm saying here, and she's supposed to be in this 6-hour RP. How does this work?
Because
You,
when
sorry,
they
Clara,
get
are you okay? You okay?
She says so. Basically, an altercation on the street, a guy versus 3 girls, initially involves 6 people now. Man, she is deep in it. So if you calculate, everyone takes 7 minutes to post on average, which they do. Man, she's deep in it.
by the time everybody replies, she has to wait for the other people to reply. So she has
Jeez.
time to
42 minutes per turn. Look at this. This is.
Oh my god.
I
yeah.
would have given up after 5 minutes. I
That's
don't think I could
creepy.
sit through 42 minutes for someone to say
Oh my
something. That's just
god.
nuts.
You're a badass mofo. In a
I don't
street
know.
fight.
But can you imagine 42 minutes for 6 people to basically take a punch or something? I mean, that's just.
That's how it works
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
if you read it back, it's probably really good. But if you got to wait 42 minutes for one person to put a blow in,
Well, that's just the fair way to
I'd get
do it.
bored.
So it's how it's done.
I get bored. The crazy thing about this is, you see, that she's engrossed in this role play, so she can't come and see us and talk to us along with everybody else that's here. But yet she can still watch YouTube at the same time and comment on what we're actually saying. So she's obviously listening to us, and she can see what's going on.
So she says so you write a post an hour. The rest of the time is spent reading.
Well, yeah, they're watching you. She's watching YouTube and reading what we're talking about.
Oh my lord.
I think we've caught her out there. Sorry, Denise.
No, if I was in that RP, I don't know if I would leave either. She's in a street fight, you guys.
It's a very
really
long-winded
fun.
street fight. Must be all in slow motion or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. Oh, fun.
That's how D is. Dungeon. Everybody takes a turn and stuff. Spin.
Now she's taking. She's got an ultra-wide monitor. She's got one screen, and second life on the other.
Right, but so in D&D, let's say generously that you and the lads have like 4 hours a night, a few nights a week that you can spend on this. You're still going to take a few weeks before you get basically like 30 minutes to an hour ahead in the story.
Wow, it's like wow, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just how these things go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, well, there we go.
It is, but it could be really fun. I used to love playing D&D and stuff like it.
It is interesting because one of the complaints I see from people sometimes in communities is that everyone tends to just stand around. I mean, can you imagine like a street fight involving 7 people? It takes 42 minutes for everyone to say something. They must be right in the middle of the zone as far as that's concerned. I mean,
yeah, they're probably all standing around waiting their turn.
And they are all waiting for the next person to throw a punch.
Which is what you do. It's the polite thing to do. You take your turn. You let everyone else take their turn.
It's a real sort of adrenaline filled thing there, isn't it? I can really see how that street fight would be.
Well, if you're into it and you're enjoying it, then it could. The anticipation kills you, and you need to get to the next thing, no matter how long it takes. It can be really fun and absorbing.
I would give up and go make a cup of coffee. I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest, completely honest with you, but that's just me. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, people use an animation to lie down or kneel. Can you imagine waiting 10 minutes? Okay, it's 10 minutes later. He's thrown a punch, so you've got to be lying down. Suddenly, 10 minutes later, you suddenly see someone hit the ground. Oh my god.
You wait your turn. The difference between probably Dungeons and Dragons and SL is that Dungeons and Dragons, you gotta like stay at the table and stuff, and maybe you can get a snack, but you gotta kind of stay there. But in SL, like Denise, she's kind of in 2 places at once right now.
Yeah. Oh well, there we go. Well, good. Clowny, Kimmy, how was the honeymoon? Are you still on it?
They didn't have one.
They didn't have one. How do you know?
They said.
Oh, they said it. Oh, did they? Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure.
Right? Somebody said. I heard.
Somebody said. You heard. Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, there we go. Clowny's coming back on it.
They used my place. They were complaining there was not enough stuff for them.
Not enough stuff.
Oh, oh my. Wait. What? You used Pris's furniture for all that?
I hope you clean up.
My house is nice for a honeymoon. Thank you very much, Clara.
That means they were on your furniture, Pris.
Yeah.
They were getting their "it's not mine" stuff all over your furniture.
Oh, she cleaned.
Oh, okay,
here we go. It was PG furniture. It's all PG furniture in your place, Pris.
No, outside, not inside.
That's very wholesome of you.
Yeah.
Very, very, very
so that's not everywhere. But I know Kimmy is really good at cleaning. I've seen her vacuum, yeah.
She's good at scrubbing and all that, is she? She's a good scrubber.
But Clowny makes her clean all the time. Because I keep getting some videos of her cleaning. So, yeah. So yeah,
Maybe Clowny's got like got like a scrubbing fetish or something. And he likes to watch clipping.
I think he
No,
was.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going there. Scalani, I don't mean it. I'm not going there. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh, hang on.
there you go. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. 4 French maid outfits, and he's given sponge baths. Okay, right. There we go.
She used to be a nurse, okay.
She studied
Oh,
it. Wow. Okay, what have we uncovered now? Okay, it's bad enough with me talking about Rocky Horror. Anyway.
oh, spoon.
Oh dear goodness. No spoon. What? Spoon
Spoon
wax.
wax to get the.
Oh no. Oh, let's move swiftly on from that thing. Make sure that yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So we can't put that on YouTube, guys. Sorry.
oh,
It's gonna be on
it goes
YouTube
to
because Pris is being
another
trash.
level.
Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We had a slight technical difficulty there. We can't actually show you what they were saying.
Oh, they can
Yeah.
see, they can read.
No, they can't. They can't see the whole thing, can they?
Yeah, they can. They can read it.
God.
That's okay.
I'm sitting here looking at comments from Zilla talking about the vinyl is just a digital recording still. So my whatever I'm looking at, what I'm looking at isn't live anyway. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. It has been coming up. Okay. I'm gonna go and have a lie down. I don't know.
And has anyone looked at the collab with Legacy again?
No. Tell us about it.
Legacy seems to be doing a lot of collabs lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's with Legacy Body, the petite and the male one. They did a collab with Lelutka again. They put the Ceylon head 75% off. An outfit from different brands.
Okay.
That's like a K-pop type of collaboration.
Wow. Okay. K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
K-pop is huge.
Korean pop music stuff then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge thing right now.
Okay. How does that work with Taylor Swift then?
It doesn't. She hasn't collabed with any of them.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Taylor Swift is the big thing now too. Like, I don't know. These are the trends. I don't listen to K-pop. I don't hardly know anything about it. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, me too. Loved it.
The only thing I know about K-pop is I'm showing my lack of knowledge now is that guy Psy doing Gangnam Style, and I can't really take. Oh no, tell a lie. There was a couple of records with Coldplay. They did some stuff with some K-pop bands, but yeah, it's different.
You mean Blackpink? Clowny? Yeah.
BTS, that was the one. That's the one they were listening. That's the one they were doing. Yeah, I don't know anything about BTS. I just happen to know they did a song with.
The one, oh no, I forgot the name, with Felix in it. What's the name of the group? I've got a blank now.
That was a cat.
Felix I know is PewDiePie YouTuber.
I just know.
No.
Oh
yeah, the cat too.
What's his name? Oh, just bear with me, because he's Australian. He's actually Australian.
Australian.
Yeah.
Boston.
But I can't
Australian.
name.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
Baby Metal was really cool.
Stray Kids. See? Stray Kids.
I don't. Not up with the K-pop times. I know a little bit about Blackpink because some of them have collabed with other artists I like, but that's kind of it for me.
There's a Taylor Swift Second Life version and a Second Life Bruno Mars. Oh
naturally.
Oh my God.
Why would there not be? There's also a Taylor Swift Land. I think it's still up and live.
Is it really?
PTSD.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's one place I won't be going then. Okay, right, let's move.
I think I took you there, so.
Kimmy's seen the Second Life Queen. I've seen lots of Second Life Queens, Kimmy. They're all over the place. Don't worry about that. Oh God.
It means like Bohemian Rhapsody Queen.
Fortnite has. Yeah, Fortnite's had a couple of people like Marshmallow actually doing concerts into the Fortnite audience, and they've picked up some massive.
What do you mean they should do more collabs, like with actual brands, not just within Second Life? Yeah. Yeah.
There have been some big name artists in Second Life, and do you know what? The people don't go and see them.
Yeah, the real people. Yeah.
Because there are so many people in Second Life pretending to be people they're not.
Yeah.
That the community in Second Life can't tell the real from the pretend.
So if it was the Linden Lab organizing it, though, maybe they would, like if Linden Lab comes and say, well, we have Eminem or whoever or Taylor Swift.
99.99999% chance it's not the real one.
They had was it Brad Paisley, whoever he is? Is he supposed to be some big country singer or rock singer or something in the USA? Apparently he was performing at one of the birthday bashes a little while back. I don't know who the guy is. It's country music. It leaves me cold. So I didn't know anything about it, but he was there. But I do know that we've had some other A-list artists playing in Second Life, and people just don't turn up for them. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing.
I've never heard of anyone famous going into Second Life. So they mustn't be promoting it right.
You don't have to name them, but there's a bunch of them that have been turning up in Second Life. I do know of a couple that have been, because they've been involved in what we've been doing. But it's, in an experience, you can tell everybody, you can rally everybody around, and will they come? No, because their mate, who's a Second Life Sunday afternoon DJ, as your mate, and you'll go and see him because he's your mate on your contact list. You could have an A-list guy talking there that you probably spend.
What do you disagree with, Thea?
You could have an A-list guy sitting out there performing in Second Life that you would probably not even blink at paying $200 for tickets to go and see them in the real world. But if they're playing in Second Life, you don't turn up, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but
what do you disagree
hold on a second. Like, if someone tells me there's someone famous coming and there's a concert, I don't even do really any type of music. I would actually go there. I've never heard of people doing that. Like, if Linden Lab, of course, it would be hard to trust anybody else. But if Linden Lab says, okay, we have somebody, I would believe them. But I've never heard them say that. So, unless they weren't very good at promoting anything until now.
I'm just going through this
list. So Zia, yes, there have been big artists in SL, in the last 5-ish years. They could not promote well because it would have been complicated and expensive. So they didn't, but they tried to get word of mouth out. Here's the thing, though. If tomorrow Linden Labs has this huge event and they say Eminem is here, there's a 99.99999% chance it's just some random guy. Yeah, some SL personality. Even though it was organized by the Lindens, it's just not likely.
Yeah, I mean we've got some names that someone's thrown up in this article there. The people I know, tell a lie. No, the Japanese artist Yoko. She's Yuko Ogu. I've come across her in Second Life recently. So I know that one, but the others I don't know about. Interestingly enough, I don't see Kim Kardashian on that list. I certainly don't see the names of the people which I've actually helped in Second Life, and
Well, here's
they are the genuine article because they actually wrote songs about their experience in Second Life,
yeah.
and the people still in Second Life still didn't turn up. So you can get people complaining saying, why haven't we got A-list people in Second Life? You can take an A-list person, you can hit someone around the face with the A-list person, and they still won't come and support them. So what do you want to do? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We talk in
It
terms
also
of
does get muddled with people pretending to be this famous person or taking on the name of a famous person, and then when someone famous actually says that they're going to be an SL, no one believes it.
Yeah, we talk about Twitch. Twitch bans Second Life. So anybody streaming in Twitch is streaming Second Life in Twitch. Effectively, Twitch will ban them immediately because they're not allowed to do it. And the other part of it using streaming like that is that there is a buffer between the period when they're actually broadcasting live on Twitch and when it actually comes and being heard in Second Life. I think with Twitch it's about 9.5 seconds. So they can sing like half a verse of a song, and then you'll hear it like 9 seconds or 10 seconds later. You can't run a concurrent event in Twitch and Second Life on that basis. You've either got to pick one or the other. That's it. And we've seen people that it's killed their Second Life experience because they're so set on appearing on Twitch. Well, okay, if you want to be a cam model, if you want to get your stuff out on camera, if you want to sit doing DJ sets from a hot tub wearing a bikini, then
Not
fine.
all of Twitch is like that. That was just the controversy.
Go on Twitch. There's problems.
Not
I
all
know.
of Twitch is like that. That was just a controversy.
It's still happening.
Yes, it's happening, but that's not all of Twitch.
Please, Clara, will you stop shouting at me?
Most of the Twitch creators are not doing that. They're just sitting there playing games.
Yeah, but the point is they're not allowed.
Tub.
But they're not allowed to stream into Second Life. They're not allowed to stream Second Life into Twitch. It's against Twitch's rules. They'll get banned.
Yeah, you're not allowed. It's not allowed. You can't.
Period. That's it.
Yeah.
So when you get these people think they're being really clever and streaming stuff in Twitch and stuff, they only take one person to report them and they'll lose their account. Simple as that. So I don't feel that Twitch is a really good thing as far as Second Life is concerned. And actually, if you want to see someone in the real world, why are you in Second Life? Why don't you just go and watch a real concert for them, or watch a YouTube video of them? Why do you want to be in Second Life and then come out of Second Life to watch them in Twitch? It's something.
I don't know. It's exciting because you live a lot of your life.
Not everybody, and I don't think. Not everybody can go out to a concert. Not everybody want to go to a concert. Some people.
He also said watch YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I've been to one concert in my whole life, but that wasn't his point. I mean, you could watch someone on YouTube and blah blah blah, but I don't know. I would think that you spend a lot of time on SL. You have whether or not you separate SL and RL. SL is still a little part of your life. I think it feels exciting and special if you can see a celebrity on here. Unfortunately, you can't. But yeah. My voice. Hello?
I think I'd like to see some collab with real. They don't even have to sing or just make something special for Second.
They won't now.
Do you remember when
the golden age for SL and big entertainment and stuff, that was between like 2007 to 2012. That excitement, that interest, that the virtual worlds are the future, that whole thing, that's over now.
Have you talked to actual celebrities to know that? Because I mean, there's a lot of brands like Chanel is in Second Life. Chanel could do something very special for Second Life.
Why are they not doing the shit out of people copying their stuff then?
I don't know.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But most of these, okay, so Chanel's in SL, but most of these celebrities, like their management and stuff, even if the celebrity suggested it, the management would be like, no, that's a dead
But
end,
you
and
don't know
that's
that, you haven't spoken to them. You can't assume this is what they're doing. They probably don't have an idea.
well,
Like
I mean,
if someone
the
comes up with
evidence
a,
shows it. There was a lot of excitement, and SL got a lot of public attention between around 2007 to
if
2012,
that was
and then it just
2007,
died.
that died pretty quick, and it was a different time. Now it has changed. I think now it would
Yeah,
be
but
a
the
good
entertainment
time.
industry isn't looking at stuff like this.
How do you know
I'm
that? I
saying
mean, are you?
because the
How do you know
evidence is
that?
there.
What evidence?
That there's like Pepsi is not making a big presence here. Like
Okay,
TV shows
yeah, but who
are not
cares about
naming
Pepsi?
Second
Just
Life.
because Pepsi is not doing it, like
TV.
everybody
Okay,
else is not
Pepsi
interested.
is one. Pepsi is one. TV shows or another. It's not on TV shows anymore.
Okay, but there's thousands and thousands and thousands of brands. You're just picking one brand, okay? Because
I
Pepsi
named
doesn't want to do
two.
it, or
Actually, I
two.
named a brand whole industry.
Yeah, but unless you have, actual figures,
Fortnite,
stats.
yes, that's right. Fortnite is the evidence. Celebrities are collaborating with Fortnite, and you see that, and that's visible, and it's public, and you don't see that with SL, not since like 2012.
Point with SL is it's laggy and it also limits the number of people that can be present at any one particular time. We had an A-lister playing at Cinna. He was actually putting together to invest the time to stitch together, and this was more difficult at the time. He was going to stitch together 4 regions into one and perform for the one region where Cinna was, and have 3 other regions around it. And there was discussions with Lyndon Lands about doing that and doing a very large concert. Guess what happened? We did a couple of feeder concerts before then, and we had about 30 people in them. It was embarrassing. This guy is he collaborates with the likes of Deadmau5, Marshmello, Skrillex. He's an A-lister on the west coast of the States. He's extremely large in those areas. We had to be a bit careful to advertise what we were doing, because if we'd advertise who he actually was live outside at Second Life to be able to get the user base on there, I mean, he was having like 8 million people following him. A lot of money in the bank. He's a very well-known music figure on the West Coast for the sort of dubstep music and stuff that he does. I'm not going to mention the guy by name right now, but we had him in there. He stayed in Second Life. This is in the lockdown time. He was in Second Life for about 3.5 months. He still comes back even now from time to time. I know he's out there. Sam, if you're out there, we know. And yeah, great to get in touch. Great to get in touch. If he looks in, he sees this thing, then it's great to get in contact sometime.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And I know that Kat would probably have a word if he did. So yeah, but moving swiftly on, I won't say any more than that related to who he is. But he was out there, and I know that it was embarrassing for people to say, we've got this guy there. He was doing some absolutely incredible stuff musically, and the people in Second Life weren't bothered.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, why would Lyndon Lab promote that event over any other event? He was talking in terms of putting together regions, 4 regions for one event, so that he could have effectively then he could have like sort of 1,200 people watching this whole thing, and he was prepared to put up an investment. He certainly got the capital for it, and it didn't happen. So we did some tester events, smaller events out there to start with, and people just didn't turn up. It was embarrassing. I know that sometimes he comes in quietly and plays a set in Second Life even now. From
this
time
is
to time.
like
We
a
know
Coachella A-lister. Yeah.
just don't talk about who he is, because we can't mention him in this forum. But he's out there. He does play these sets. And yeah, I know that when he's not looking after his family, from what I'm hearing, yeah, he sometimes does come back in Second Life and play around, because he's been doing that for years, and he's out there. There are other people I know, certainly within the music business, also not just him, but others that do come into Second Life as well from time to time. We know them; they are right up there with the A-list again in terms of, well, we're talking in terms of festival headliners on the international stage. So these are people that Second Life would undoubtedly like to say are in Second Life, and people would undoubtedly say, yes, we're interested in go to see them, but when we have the event and they're there, the people just don't turn up because they've got to go, or they've got to see their mate, who they've sent for the last sort of 6 months, play, I don't know, Brotherhood of Man or some sort of 40-year-old 80s music rather than something that's out there, which is disappointing. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So every time I see these comments from people in Second Life saying, why can't we get someone that's well known? You've had it and you didn't bother.
I've never heard. Yeah, I think that's silly to say that because I didn't hear about it ever. Like
Okay,
nobody's
so
putting
it got named.
How
Okay,
do you
it
know?
was getting promoted in the the SL DJ groups. I don't mean one specific DJ or like another specific DJ who said this is my friend. I mean like there are groups of collective DJs where DJs from several different clubs all post to this group, and there's like 9 or 12 or more of these groups, and like people, it's kind of like the shopping event groups. If you want to know about where DJs are playing, you will get in these groups,
Yeah,
and
but
then you will know.
I'm not interested to be in a DJ's group. I don't care.
I'm not
But
interested in being a shopping group.
but if Linden
But,
Lab
but that's the
says,
whole point.
yeah, but
That's the whole
that's
point, though,
yeah, but
Pris. That's the
they
whole
they
point.
need some major
Well,
promotion.
this is the whole point. There isn't the infrastructure set up for it in Linden Lab across a whole wide thing, unless it's promoting Linden Labs themselves on the SL birthday stuff. You like your shopping and your blogging from that point of view. Other people like modern dance music, and they have their DJ groups. The two sides aren't talking to one another. When you get someone that you potentially might be interested in that's going to be in those groups, you ain't going to know about it. And if you do get to hear about it,
Yeah, but
are you going to
the
what is going
one
to drive you?
thing I will.
What is going to motivate? If you're interested in shopping, what is more interesting to you, shopping or the fact that you've got an A-list that's about to perform in Second Life for free?
No, not true. Because the one thing I will always read is the Linden Lab newsletter because it goes to my email. I always see it.
Well,
That's Linden Lab emails. That's why I'm always complaining about it because I see, other people's name. They advertise. That's their email. Everybody has it.
But the point is, the Linden Lab favours certain people over others. We all know this.
Yeah,
Yes.
do.
So,
But
yeah, and effectively, if you get an A-lister with 8 million followers across social media that's making millions and pulling in headliners at the likes of Coachella and Tomorrowland, and he turns up in Second Life, and is Second Life going to turn up? Well, I'll tell you from experience, they didn't. And that's the problem.
No, that was around the year 2020, not 2007. It was COVID time when everyone was on their computers. Yeah. Well, I don't know how to. I mean, it's an actual radio station. It's not somebody just picked up a website and called it a radio station. Like, we're licensed and accredited, and sometimes we have more listeners than BBC One Extra, and like, I don't know how the word didn't get out. We also once performed a big charity event that can't name them. Another band that you have heard of.
That was different. That was
promise
different.
you.
Second Life
That wasn't in Second Life, but
Can you stop
celebrity...
keep shouting over? Can you keep shouting? Can you just calm down a bit?
Well, it wasn't in Second Life, but a name
Well,
that
then why
you
would
heard
Second
of
Life?
was...
We're talking about
I'm
Second
trying
Life
to
here.
fucking... Never mind.
Stop shouting.
I'm trying to make the larger point, but you won't let me.
Yeah, this is Second Life centric, so we need to be talking in terms of Second Life here. So yeah, it happened. On another note, I've noticed that when you
Let
have
me
your login
fucking
pages,
talk.
you've got you've got people that are blogging, and now a list of people that are
Cool.
blogging. There are people, as I say, which are blogging in Second Life, and I use Firestorm. Firestorm directs me to some of those people. I know it's not an exhaustive list of the people that are blogging. One of the interesting people that I've noticed with blogging actually fell foul of a bona fide radio stream, where they basically took that radio stream, they broadcast it, they branded it as their own thing within Second Life.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Put it out in Second Life, and yeah, effectively, I think
Yeah,
they're
and
going
his
to get
friends
themselves
didn't
banned
get
from
it, but he
YouTube for doing
clearly got it because he
They're-
just
they're good-
deleted.
yeah. But the point is, Second Life are promoting.
Cool.
The point is, as I
Sneaking
say,
in.
you're not even listening. Second Life are
Sorry,
promoting.
do you see it?
Hello.
Shall I just go
I
away?
hear some fight going on
Well, I feel the
here.
same way, Andy.
No, you're not even listening to me. Second
Well, you're
Life
not
are
listening to me. You're not even letting me
No.
talk.
Second Life are promoting an illegal radio stream and try and pass it off as something genuine. That is worse. And I don't feel that's reasonable.
Second Life barely know what they're doing with their own platform,
Yeah.
let alone
So
outside stuff like marketing to celebrity.
So when we talk in terms of promotions and marketing and stuff like that, I think we need to be very, very careful what we say about Linden Labs and stuff runs through Linden Labs, because they promote illegal stuff as well. And that's a typical example.
They don't know
But
what the heck they're doing.
that's without mentioning Hyvid or stuff like that. So
Flip has probably met some people over the years, and who knows? They might still know each other or not. I don't know. But are those people coming to Second Life? Are they?
You need to find a way to do some sort of collaboration. I don't know what it could be, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Linden Lab could do it.
well, let's say, for example, your average A-list. Well, okay, let's take it back a step for a second. We've got a guy in Second Life who goes by the name of Sky Galaxy. He's a Texan-based, or was Texan-based, producer, singer, songwriter. Does a whole lot of collaborations with a lot of other very well-known names in the dance area. His name is Sean Ryan, and that's his real name. And you can look up his real name on the website. And
Yeah,
in
he
Second
does come
Life,
to SL sometimes.
and he goes under the name in Second Life of Sky Galaxy, and he's great.
Have y'all
he's
heard of him? Regions crash when he comes on.
He's a bona fide guy. He's a professional. He has made his knife. It was interesting how I saw one blog coming from a certain guy who we mentioned before, who's mentioned this guy and say, could this be the first Second Life person to make it big in the real world? Actually, he's not that small in the real world already. But in terms of the people he's been collaborating with, and he's good at what he does. He's out there, and I won't say he would crash a sim, but literally he will fill a sim with literally about 10 minutes.
No, the Sims crash. The Sims crash.
That's because people fill it with too much shit, so they basically can't handle the amount of people that are there. But basically, you feel
the sim gets full or almost full, and people are wearing all their HUDs and all their BS, and that makes the sim crash. But the point is,
so he's not
the people turn up, and that's how it crashes. It wouldn't crash if the people didn't arrive.
So there are people out there that do this thing, and some of those get promoted more than others because obviously they're people that can relate to and stuff. There, if you get someone from outside in the real world coming into Second Life, they don't have that track record behind them. They can't always advertise what they've got. If Sean Ryan plays in Second Life, his fee roughly is about 12,000 lindens an hour to play, which is actually entirely reasonable for the caliber of the guy that's playing. But it's quite steep if you compare it with Second Life people, which are charging between 1,500 and 3,000 linders an hour for a set that way. If you compare and contrast it with an A-lister, like the aforementioned person I was talking about a bit earlier, his fee is going to be something in the region of approximately $400,000 to $500,000 for an appearance. He's doing all right. If he wants to play a cheaper set, then he might do a set for an hour or 2 hours, and he might charge between $50,000 and $100,000 dollars, not Linden, dollars. So if you do the conversion rate, I don't know can't remember what it is straight off the top of my head. But if you do the conversion rate, that's roughly what his fee would be to appear on Second Life if he did like for like. So if you start talking to him and you schedule it with his management company, that's the amount they're going to be charging. Do you really think the Linden Labs would have the resources and the wherewithal to engage people on a regular basis to do that?
No.
The simple answer is no.
Yeah. True.
And that's exactly why. So if we do get people, they tend to come into Second Life. They tend to be under the radar because if their management companies get involved, they do it out the goodness of their heart. If their management people get involved, then it gets very, very expensive very, very quickly to the point at which it kills it. So that's one reason why you don't necessarily see people. Yes, there has been cases like Kim Kardashian promoting her new perfume line, and I'm going back probably about 10 years now, probably a bit longer, when she did stuff, and she had an avatar. It was in Second Life. It produced something. She did little promotions. The videos were, I think it was videos anyway, were attached
Honey,
to
do you
promoting
see
that
this in
perfume
local
line.
chat?
So yeah.
Do you see this in local chat?
Yes, and this is exactly what I've been saying.
No, it isn't.
It's lots of individual silos. It's a question of what people do with on their daily basis. So you don't get to see. Pris gets to see a lot of things about shopping. She doesn't see what's going on about the modern dance music.
I see all the DJ stuff, and you guys see the shopping event stuff, and
yeah.
And then you guys tell me about the new like Luca heads and stuff. And did you know about this? Like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
There are big sailboat races where everybody races their dinghies and stuff, and that's usually on a Monday and Thursday, if I remember rightly. And that's sailing around the Blake Sea. If you go to the Blake Sea, you can see the starting and finishing points on those things, so you could get involved with those. It's difficult to find everything. There is no single pane of glass where you can go to a place and see what is going on in every silo. We use the word silo. That's not a bad term, so thank you for that, Zia. There is no single pane of glass where people can put and show the truth of what's going on there, unless you look at Second Life destinations. But let's face it, who goes through destinations to find out what's going on in every region in the whole thing there? Because there's some good stuff and there's some bad stuff all over the place. If Linden Labs got involved, they would do that. But Linden Labs don't want to be seen to be promoting one event over something else. They want to be independent and give everyone a fair chance. That's their excuse.
They also probably don't have a kitty of $500,000.
That's $500,000 would be peanuts compared to the amount they should actually be paying if they want to put A-list celebrities in this thing. So forget it. It won't happen. And if, as we've already said right at the top end of this call, right at the end of this top end of this podcast, if the user base is dropping from 50,000 to 41,000 in 12 months, why should they be investing all that money in someone
and they're
when the
clearly
user base
losing
is
money
dwindling?
if they're making layoffs and stuff.
So I mean, how can they do that? Well, they can start advertising all that stuff outside Second Life, and you say, well, okay, they come to Second Life and you can see these people play, and people potentially join Second Life to come and hear the concert or watch it on YouTube or whatever else they can try and do, because they'll get more than one. Because social media is a big thing in the music industry right now. If we're talking music, they will have all that. But will they invest it? No. Will they? What type of music fits the generation best? Is it modern dance music? Is it rock music? Is it country music? Where is the user base for Second Life? Is it native Australians? No. The simple answer is they can't. They're not in a position to decide or have the budget to be able to allocate for the people to satisfy the demand, and that's the problem. And that's another reason why you get these people out there which are doing their own DJ sets or doing their own DJ performances, and sometimes they'll even pretend to be an A-list person because they want to try and do something that's a tribute to them. Well, that's the official line. We've had a couple of people pretending. We had a guy came in one day. We had to tell Armin van Buren that we don't take country in Sinner. That's a common.
Because
joke
it
that we have.
wasn't the real Armin van Buren. It was
Well,
someone with that username.
Armin van Buren doesn't play country music. This guy did. So there's a
Yeah.
simple answer there. Yeah,
was
but he
not the
liked to be
real
called
guy.
Armin. Yeah, he liked to be called Armin,
Well,
which is
yeah,
hysterical.
And if you say like Armin van Buren is playing in SL, you got this other guy who already had his name, and then you and your friends are like, oh yeah, I've heard of that guy. That's not the real one.
Correct. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Correct. So where do you draw the line? You could have Linden Labs or whoever spending 80 to 100,000 real dollars on getting an A-lister player there, and you've got some other twerp from down around the corner who's basically called himself the same name, turns up and
Yeah.
said, well, I'm playing at the same time there. And so who's going to know which one's which until you go to them? By which point, effectively, the money's and the investment's gone.
Yeah, whenever I see a famous name in SL as a username, I don't even blink. Like, I don't think it's them for a second.
Yeah.
Well, but it's literally me. Don't worry, I'm real.
What?
Really?
What?
I said it's literally me. Don't worry, I'm real. I'm here.
Oh,
I don't think it's you. I don't think it's you. Nah,
no, I
Okay,
met like
okay.
30
Not
other
real.
souls.
prove it.
Just kidding.
We
Definitely
need
not
you-
famous.
But we need you to prove that you are you.
Yeah.
I can speak German if you like.
Yes.
Well,
Lish-
everyone can
li-
speak.
li-
Everyone can
li-
speak German. We've got Google Translate. We can all do that.
Lepiken. What?
You want to say Lebkuchen.
Lepuken? Lepuken?
That's the German word for gingerbread. So,
Lepuken.
yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so anyone can use. Oh my God, they've even got people with voice changes and AI now. That basically you can talk into a microphone, and it comes out, and you could be someone completely different.
Oh, that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
My
Yeah.
ex does that because he plays as a cat girl online.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, as Clara said, it's around, like, a long, long time. Even, like, I guess 15 years ago, it was already a given thing that people were kind of going in Second Life, even with a voice changer. At some point, Second Life was just jumping on the train and implementing a voice changer. So,
yeah.
Yeah, there is a
The
voice changer built in. It's not good
Yeah.
though.
It probably broke the actual voice function, which is why they've got to change it.
No, the voice changer in SL has been around for years and years.
Yeah, I've seen it, but yeah.
I've never used it. I don't even know how it works.
I haven't
Same.
either, but I know one guy that did and kept swearing that he didn't, and it's like your voice is not. That's not a real voice.
I did. There was an Italian DJ which I did know that had adopted a female persona, and at points in the actual DJ set, they were coming through there, and this rather American-sounded voice was coming back on there, which basically them. It wasn't a woman at all. It was him. The problem came actually a couple of days when he had a glitch on the internet in his connection, basically, and suddenly it dropped and then reconnected. So literally, his voice. It almost sounded like his voice had broken. 1 second it was a woman, then it suddenly went to a man, then it went back to a woman again. So it was, which is kind of a shame, really.
Uh-oh.
Destroyed the whole illusion. So we gave up on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And that's why people don't believe, oh, well, if you don't do voice, that means you are not who you say you are.
Yeah, there's ways around
it's
that.
kind of really bold and kind of, like, very ableistic, because there are people in Second Life, actually, that can't talk with because of a medical condition. So,
Yeah.
if someone's acting very snobby like that, being like, oh, you have no voice, you're not real, whatever, I'm getting real angry.
Yeah,
We have one in Sinner. We have one in Sinner. She's a very capable DJ. She's a lovely person to talk to, but she cannot do voice because she actually had cancer in the esophagus and basically apparently affected in part of the operation. They severed her nerve endings
Yeah,
and she
it
physically
happens
is mute.
more often than you think, like...
Yeah.
Even my best friend in here is, like, having a medical condition and can't speak, so, yeah.
Yeah. Or sometimes it can be just a fundamental thing that's an awful lot easier where you may have, say, you may not have a laptop with a microphone built in. You might just actually have a desktop computer and not have a mic to plug into it.
Yeah, but
People don't respect that.
we're going back to the Second Life is the anti-social because veteran thinks, you know, oh well, you can't speak on voice, then you're not real.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pathetic, really.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. It is totally.
I've had people actually get angry with me because it's like 2 a.m. and no, I don't want to talk with some random person at 2 a.m. I live with people who are sleeping.
Yeah.
For you and Andy, like, I will, but I have to be very quiet. But I'm not gonna do it for some rando that I'm trying to play greedy with or something.
Well,
like, no.
Be completely honest. I'm sitting here talking to you guys now. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning, my time right now. So here we are. You
But I
know,
live with people, and like if I'm out trying to play greedy or something, and some random person is like, no, you have to voice, or else are you really a girl? Are you really who you say you are? And blah blah blah, and you better voice and stuff. No, and screw you.
the point is, you shouldn't have to be pressured to prove who you actually are. You are not the problem. The problem is the person that hasn't got the confidence that you are you. That's their problem. That's not yours.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they're
Wow,
so rude to you,
Cleone.
and it's like, dude, I'm sorry that you're meeting some untrustworthy people in Second Life. There are many of them, but I don't have anything that I need to prove to you at all. And now you're just being rude to me because I've already said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denise, if David Guetta performed a set in Second Life and it's promoted a month in advance, would it fill up? No, it won't. I promise you it won't fill up. Because I know someone that plays with David Guetta and they're in Second Life every day. And trust me, when they play in Second Life, they might get about half a dozen people turn up, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen. But yeah, going back to the whole voice thing. You know, if I'm talking to someone and I've got a really attractive person in their sort of t-shirt and shorts, maybe bare feet, you know, purple hair, that kind of thing. And I'm sort of talking to them. They've got a little cat sitting behind them, you know, that sound really nice. And I talk to them and they open their mouth and they suddenly appear on voice and they're wheezing away and they're coughing because they're smoking in the background, or they make sound half drunk or something, or they're screaming at me down the whole thing in an accent which I really can't understand. It's going to kind of spoil the illusion for me, you know. So that's the other side of this. So I don't necessarily feel that having to verify who you are on voice is a way forward. Hey, you know, before long, a lot of channels in Second Life are going to have age verification, which is what we've talked about in the past coming on this thing. So you'll have to verify who you are to even sign in. And if you then got to go through that, then frankly, you know, it's verifying who you are anyway. You are who you say you are. So I don't feel that just simply saying, oh, someone that isn't voicing is not genuine. I think there's a lot of other people out there that could potentially voice, but they're still not genuine, or vice versa.
So you've never voiced at all, Via? Yeah.
Yeah, Zia said to me, do I know Trent Reznor? I'm sorry, I have no idea who Trent Reznor
Yeah, we
is.
don't know who that is.
He's the lead singer of Nine Inch Nails, and he produces a lot of their music.
That's a side of music that I don't know a thing about.
I love that. I love their band.
Well, then I asked
them.
myself, are you living under a stone? You don't know Nine Inch Nails? What the fuckery?
He's very British.
It's not.
Well,
I'm
even
sure
then you should know them. They're pop culture relevant.
Well, okay, maybe, you know, a Nine Inch Nails is a band I've heard of. Do I know anything about them? Do I know their songs? No, I don't. Why not? Because it doesn't interest me. Do they do dance music? Do they play?
I want to beat you like an animal.
We are on a leash
I
here
want to
because
beat you
Andy
from
does
the
know
inside.
Andy does know a lot of famous people, and we have a friend who knows even more. Like, we're on a leash. We cannot name all these names. But yeah, just saying, do you know Trent Reznor is relevant because of all the other people that he knows.
You've picked one name in the music industry of thousands. Sorry, I don't necessarily know that name, but I still know quite a few people.
Yeah.
It matters not. And some people may know an awful lot about dance music and know a lot of dance musicians. Other people may know a lot about rock musicians and be heavily into rock music. Other people might know heavily about, I don't know, the underground stuff and alternative music scene. So they know a lot of people that's in there. Doesn't necessarily mean to say that because one person that's focused on one particular genre of music is being hit with a genre that they don't regularly listen to, and they don't know every name in there. It doesn't mean to say that that they're nobody. It's just as again, it's silos. It's what interests people. I don't know much about the country music scene. Sorry, country doesn't really make it across the pond. We've got 3,000 miles of water between us, and frankly, if you put country music over here in the UK, we ain't
Sorry, I
bothered.
was just surprised that you don't know them
Yeah,
because you feel like you know everything.
we ain't bothered. But yeah, I mean, you got we talk about Germany. I mean, I can always laugh about German music because I could say, well, okay, David Hasselhoff was a big hit in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down. And frankly, we think he's so cheesy, we can't stop laughing about it.
In Germany, you think he's cheesy as fuck as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I know,
I
but you
get your
guys all bought the
point, I get your
records. We did.
point.
You guys all bought the records and we didn't. That's the difference. So we got the. I was lucky. Well, as a lot of people know, I was lucky to go to the Texas Speedway with Clara and watch NASCAR last year or a year ago. And we sat down there, and before the cars went out on the circuit and all the hell broke loose from that point of view, they had a pre-show going on there. They had a certain rock band that apparently did really well in the 80s, and I have to say, I didn't know this band. I didn't know it from Adam. I didn't know the songs. They certainly were enjoying themselves and throwing themselves on the stage there. They had a bunch of people, probably about, I don't know, 300 or 400 in front of them, headbanging and having a really good time as far as they were concerned. And that was great, but I had no idea who they were. I Googled who they were, and I thought, okay, they've had like about 8 hit records and stuff. I've still never heard of them. And I've known some of the main players from the time. It's nothing because they were centric to that particular area and that particular type of music, and that it didn't travel. They've got some people which have been remarkably successful in parts of America and make undoubtedly an awful lot of money out there, but they're not successful in other parts of the world.
It's true the other way around too. Andy introduces me to a lot of UK artists all the time.
The interesting thing about people in Europe, for example, or people certainly in the UK, is that you can have a number of hit records and not be financially secure. Yet, if you go and you manage to, but they call it breaking America. If you can go and have a hit record in the USA, one hit record will set you up for life financially, because there are so many more people in the USA than there are in Europe, and certainly listening to that kind of music. So if you have a hit record in the States, like I say, it will leave you financially secure. The difference is massive. I mean, there are there's 60 million people living in the UK. There's about 340 million people, I think.
Oh, I think there's more than that now. Yeah.
There probably is. They breed. So numbers can go up, and people can migrate around. And people can travel around too. So, that's just a rough rule of thumb. So if you have a #1 record in the UK, you'll potentially, sell 100,000 copies or something like that. Multiply that by potentially 10 or 15, and you've got a seriously popular record with an awful lot of money on it. And that's why you get British artists sometimes trying to tour in the States and playing lower grade venues. And doing crazy stuff because they want people to get to hear them, and once people hear them and hear the music regularly, then they'll start buying those tunes. And the likes of a guy like Ed Sheeran, for example, that has hits around the world, that's why he is so successful. That's why he's made so much money. But there are plenty of people over in the USA who don't make it over here in the UK, for example. Some of them are massively successful, and it's for the same reason. Interestingly enough, we've got a band that plays in rock music in the UK. It's a UK rock band. They're not successful in the UK at all, but they go into the States and they're really successful over there. And that's a bit of an interesting one. So it's just regional, cultural, what people can relate to.
Okay, so let's agree on getting Taylor Swift into having a concert in Second Life, and everything is saved, and Second Life is having a big boom, and everything is Gucci and fine. Hooray!
That would be
It'll never-
crazy. She never
It'll,
will.
ne- it'll never happen.
I mean, of course, but we can kind of play just a little mind game. That's all. I mean, and by the way, I don't know if maybe she would like if there's like something for her to kind of get out of this whole thing, but we will never know because we're not the people to kind of approach her and
So let's-
making a deal with her.
Linden Labs cannot afford her, first off.
Well,
Second,
okay, this is if it's a Second
doesn't-
Life promoted
she's
thing.
not interested in this kind of stuff.
Let's let.
Like,
Yeah,
you're,
how
just,
do you know?
you're talking, you're talking that she's not interested. Maybe she does. Maybe you never know.
No, I'm a big fan. I pay attention. That's what
Okay,
makes it
you're a big
not know,
fan, and
but-
you know exactly. Oh no, I'm not doing anything like this.
Okay, but Linden Labs cannot afford her.
So
Like,
let's.
there's a lot of great things about her, but you
God.
know she does things for money sometimes, and Linden Labs cannot afford her, and she will not probably budge on her fee.
But,
It's not
okay,
just
but
her,
some
it's her
people
management
sometimes they
company.
do
Okay,
things.
let's
without
not
money.
get ahead of ourselves. Let's not think that Second Life is bigger than it actually is. Okay, if Taylor Swift wants to start playing a concert and it's going to go into Second Life, let's assume that she's doing it for nothing because she really wants to talk to the people in Second Life. So she's going to come. They're going to advertise it in say 10 groups or 15 groups. It's potentially going to turn up on the events thing, and it's going to say, "Hey, yes, Taylor Swift is going to be playing live at XYZ Sim at this particular point," and there she is. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Taylor Swift is used to filling stadiums with sort of 50,000 people or more easily
Yes.
on there. She's going to come into Second
And her
Life,
concerts make literal earthquakes.
and she's gonna come into Second Life, and she's gonna get, I don't know, 45 avatars if she's lucky, a few cats, maybe a dragon, a guy with wings, or whatever, looking
She
completely
doesn't
like a
have
bunch of
to
misfits in
come
front
and
of her. Some guy might turn
sing.
around and say, "You don't sound very much like Taylor Swift." Someone else is going to say, "Oh, your DJ doesn't quite sound right." You might get somebody else saying, "Oh, good transition," when she's doing what she's doing. When she transitions from one piece of music to the next, they're not going
or
to treat her
someone
as
who is listening to their own music and just saying,
They're-
woohoo.
they're not. Yeah. Oh, you're going to get someone else putting gestures every 5 seconds because they think it's funny. No one is going to treat her with the respect that an artist of that caliber and that magnitude deserves.
Yeah.
And for that one reason alone.
But
it will be-
interesting, because I wonder, like, something like that happened at Fortnite multiple times, was totally going well, and was not like
SL
that.
is not
putting-
Fortnite. And we're not on the pulse of pop culture like Fortnite is.
Well, we
Well,
have
we-
it. As I say,
Obviously not with that mindset.
Yeah,
have it.
exactly. I mean, this is so negative, people. This is so.
like we're further
negative.
about Linden Labs.
The point is, Pris, it is what it is.
Yeah, but
yes,
we're
it's
not
negative.
asking.
It's
Yeah, but
negative.
I was never
we-
asking to do like it's not about a concert. It's just I was talking about doing a collab, and they don't have to come here and sing because it's limited. But doing something, I don't know.
I mean, it's the same difference. Their
no, it's
their
not the
time and
same.
their
It's not
talent
the
and their
same.
presence.
It's not the
It's
same.
Their
not.
time and their talent and their presence, it's kind of the same. So their management company is probably the same.
You're dealing with a global artist from a perspective of a software game with a small town population. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. They won't be interested. Second
You keep
Life
naming
has.
Fortnite, but Linden Labs has a lot of leaping and hoops to jump through and growing to do before they even get close to, like,
It won't-
Fortnite's
it won't-
relevance is really
It
what
won't.
it is.
It won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen.
It won't. No.
We've had someone that headlined Coachella. He came into Second Life. He played a thing there. It was promoted in about 10
really
different
tried.
groups. Listen, it was promoted in 10 groups at the time of there. A whole lot of stuff on there. This is the guy. He's playing. Come and listen. People that came in said, "My God, this sounds absolutely incredible." How many people were there? 30. 30.
Yeah.
The guy's used to playing to 50,000 people plus in the real world. It was embarrassing. For that one reason,
But
and
then
that
that's
one
the
reason
case, I
alone,
would kind of blame
won't
the
happen.
marketing, but not the whole
No,
kind
no,
of
no,
event of
listen,
people.
don't
The
go,
marketing
no,
would have costed like 6 figures if it was done full on.
don't go blaming the marketing. Don't go blaming the publicity. Blame the people that couldn't be bothered to turn up.
But you can't get
Yeah.
more
Because
than
they knew.
50 people in a sim or 100 anyway. Like you can't get
Got
50,000
100.
people in a
Yeah, this had
city.
30.
But
Yeah.
sorry,
had
but no,
paper
I
telling
don't
more
get the
people.
point of like don't blame the marketing, blame the people that don't turn up. Sorry, if I don't get something like information about this event or
Yeah.
even hear about it, of course I don't turn up. So
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
So tell me, when you get information about an event, do you go to everything you get the information for?
No, I go to the things that I kind of interested and also have
Fine.
good marketing. Like if it's just like somewhere
so you,
posting something, please let me speak.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if it's just like a post on a goddamn side of events from Second Life, I probably will never hear about it. And if it's
Yeah.
just appearing there, it's sorry, period, bad marketing.
So are you therefore selecting the places that you go based on how well they've been marketed to you?
Yeah.
No, he means that he doesn't like hear about things if it's not marketed well because
Yeah.
he's in, well we said this earlier. SL is like different silos. Like Pris, for
But it's not
example,
second.
is in all the shopping groups, so she knows all the shopping events. You and
Yeah.
I are in all the
But
DJ
But
groups.
that's
We
not
know the
only
DJ
Second Life,
groups.
that is all over the social media as well.
Yeah,
Same at
I
Facebook,
I
same
see
at
everything.
Flickr, same at Twitch, whatever. If
Yeah.
you're not in the right bubble and you, they kind of not market outside their bubble, it is bad marketing.
Denise,
But
I
in this
noticed you
case,
saying about promoted events do fill up. They don't. They don't. So people go along to what interests them, and that's it.
Smoke Fest
don't,
was
though.
No, they
still
don't.
filled.
sorry,
They
in
don't.
what case? I mean,
promise you.
with all due respect and all love, but what makes you an
Wait, she
expert in
means
the whole
promoted
marketing
by
thingy?
like she means promoted by
What
like
was
Women
that? What was
Labs.
that big event they did a couple of years ago? It was a massive event. There was hundreds of people. They had to join Sims. I went there. I don't even know. I can't remember the name of it. It was a massive event.
Never. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything.
It was a music event a couple of years. Oh well, probably more, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And there was quite a few Sims. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
It
it
doesn't happen.
was packed. There was hundreds event. It was hard to get in, and it was packed the whole time.
I don't mean to sound negative, but to be perfectly blunt, the Second Life community is too cynical, too apathetic, and too traditionally minded to go and try to look at new events with new quality acts and people that they might actually be interested in the real world. And that's what it boils down to. Sorry, but that's what
I
it is.
disagree.
Yeah, I disagree
Yeah, I
too.
don't think that's true
You're,
either.
you're, you're
There's
welcome.
just too many people
You're welcome
on
to
here.
disagree. You're welcome to disagree. But in my experience, and I'm talking experience, it is what it is.
No, there's just too many people on here. A lot are like that, but not all, and probably not most.
It's generalizing something which is not true, because
Yeah.
there are events that always fill up. There was also that orchestral thing. Same thing, that they filled up. It was, the sim was full.
It's about people. Second Life events are basically filled up by people's contact lists, not by events.
No, because I just saw it advertised on the social media, and I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm just going to go there. That was promoted on on Facebook. I saw it. A lot of the stuff I find out is, if it's not from the Linden Lab newsletter, it is on on social media.
Well, I'm sitting
And
here
then
looking at
other
Facebook groups
things
and posts,
that I
and I
haven't
sit and look,
heard.
and I sit and look at Facebook groups and posts there, and I can see stuff that's promoting 40, 50 different Facebook groups, and by the time and it can be sitting out there for a week, and by the time it gets to the event, only 10 people have actually looked at it, and of those 10 people, none of them turn up. Explain that to me. I'm sorry. I know you
kind of
I know
tossing the
you
ball
say
to
that
us.
if you
Why don't you kind of explain it?
I know if you say that if you publicise something and if you market something, then people will come. They don't. They have to be motivated to do it. And the motivation they generally get for events in Second Life is they're on the contact list of the DJ or the person holding the event or the people that are hosting the whole thing if it's going to be a store, because the store sponsorship, maybe they want a freebie or a handout as part of that's concerned. Second Life popularity isn't related to the talent of the artist. It's related to the size of their contact list. And I know everyone will scream at me, but when it boils down to it, that's what it is.
But then we can pull the plug and close Second Life. Hooray!
That's not what that means. It means that a lot has to happen, and a lot has to happen, like, on Second Life side, on the Linden Labs side. They need to grow, they need to be relevant, they probably need more money. Just saying that they're profitable every year, that just sounds like marketing meaninglessness to me.
Clara, this is a company. You can have a look at their profit. You can look at their figures because it is available for the public. You can actually look at that. They are profitable.
There is a marketing budget that the Linden have, and that marketing budget will also include the amount of fees that they could pay to a person to present to that. As part of that, because communities relate to different genres, if we're talking in terms of music, for example, they've then got to try and select a genre which will be which will have a larger community receptive to it than anything else. So if you want to have a modern dance thing on there, that community is probably smaller than the 40 to 50 million people in the USA that might like rock music. So they'll therefore focus on something that's more rock or country. Now, frankly, they'll do that, and it won't relate to anybody else in the rest of the world because the rest of the world doesn't give a damn about it. But they'll invest that. They'll be more likely to invest in that kind of thing because there is more people in the USA that like that kind of music who potentially might be interested in that kind of event. And that's what it is. Marketing basically always sells to the people that will buy. And that's why the music industry is manipulated generally, because the music industry comes across a formula and will sell to people who will buy and whoever it makes the most amount of money from. That's why Taylor Swift is remarkably successful right now, because everybody buys her stuff. That's why she can have the biggest tour in history, because everybody is buying that bandwagon.
Meanwhile, a few years ago, J-Lo, her tour was nothing.
No, not so much J-Lo. Go back a few years, U2 was one of the biggest names in the world.
You don't know what I mean.
On that. In terms of that, it's a question of who will buy what they are. And if you listen to the music that you listen to on the real world airwaves, shall we say, not the Second Life or just your niche radio, listen to your general music stations. They will only play a playlist of approximately 20 to 30 artists at any one time. And the artists pay, that's part of the marketing budget, they pay to be on that playlist. That's how they make their money. And that playlist is what gets fed down to get fed over the airwaves to you every time you turn on the radio station in the USA, for example. So if that radio station only plays rock music, eventually whether you like it or not, you'll start liking certain rock music, and that's all you'll listen to. And this is how the music producers can manipulate the public, by playing them new artists and not promoting existing artists. And that's always been a problem within the music industry.
By the way, we have a close personal friend who is active in the industry, has a record contract, and meets and works with people you have heard of, multiple. So we have a little, and they tried to do the SL thing. So we have a little bit of insight.
We have quite a lot of insight about that one. Yes,
yeah.
But it is what it is. Everyone says, "Oh, it's because we've not been told." Oh, it's the marketing. No, it's not the marketing. It's whether you actually. What it boils down to is whether you actually turn up.
Well, if LL gets
it is
involved
also
with
marketing.
promoting it,
We can't turn up to something if we don't know what it is, where it is.
If LL gets involved with promoting it, then it becomes an official public event, and then their management team has to get involved, and then it becomes way more money than LL has.
Exactly. That's it. I said that half an hour ago.
Yeah.
and that's
Like,
what it
yeah.
boils down to. It
But
gets
that's
too expensive. They
marketing,
won't have
period.
We
it.
don't know what they have, but they even if they're making a profit, they're needing to cut things. Like they made layoffs and stuff, and like it's clear that they don't have a bunch of money just sitting around just to spend.
Yeah, if they can't afford the support staff and clear their support service calls and look after their customer base, what chance have they got basically spending say $50,000 real dollars on a half, on an artist that a few guys in North America will have
Yeah,
heard
hold
of?
on a
Yes,
second.
they
They're
will, but they have
hiring
money for marketing.
people, and they pay
hired
them
one
over
guy.
100K
They
per
were
year. You're telling me they don't have the
yes.
money? It's not
They were
because they cut
hiring for
staff.
one position.
I'm
They were
sorry,
hiring for one position.
girls, please. We can't hear you when you all shout at the same time.
Let me say this. They were hiring for one position. Juxtaposed against that, they made a bunch of layoffs. Like,
Yeah, but hold on a second. Laying off someone doesn't always mean that they're laying off people. Like they can be restructuring their business. Again, maybe they're hiring 10 people that they don't need and they only need 5. Okay, it laying off people is not always a bad thing. There's always a reason. We don't know those reasons. We don't know everything that goes behind Linden Labs doors. So you can't just because they say they're firing
if they have the money, then let's get the word out. The people want this. We want a celebrity. LL can make that happen. And it will happen in a big splashy way, and we will see if that works.
Well, there's been the celebrities there.
So yeah, Brett, if you listen to this and watching us, please give me BB no money. XOXO.
Yeah, okay, Cole, Kevin, you can take your 100 Linders and you can swing with it, all right? I'm not going to be giving people money for nothing.
I mean, if we get someone in here, then let's get someone in here for the young people. And BB no money is actually kind of quite a big thing, and also very an internet native. So of course, please.
Well, that's another thing. We've talked in terms of genres, so we can talk in terms of people, certain populations being more receptive to say country music or rock music than they are potentially in terms of dance music or ballroom dance music or K-pop music, because they're all different from different parts of the world. There's also the age demographic as well. So what the young people of the world, there probably aren't quite so many young people in Second Life.
Of course, I agree with you.
People people in their mid-30s to 40s, so they could be listening to a slightly different type of music than the others.
That's literally the thing.
Yeah.
It should kind of be more important to get the new people in, instead of like just only pampering the people that are already in here. Yeah, keeping them attracted and staying is important, but getting new people is quite more important. So of course, focus more on like celebrities or whatever that are kind of known on the younger people to get in the new generation. That's probably my turn on like marketing wise.
Neil Diamond plays Second Life. Denise, how old are you?
K-pop choreography, like they're doing a K-pop collab. I'm sure there's plenty of young people that they can't do K-pop in real life. Come to Second Life, do some choreography, dancing, dressing up. Now with this new collab from Legacy, they could have fun. But why not get a name, a brand behind it that would actually, push that as well? That works in their favor. They don't need to sing.
To Linden Labs.
They don't need to sing. They can just find a way to do some collab.
None of us on this boat are about to contact a celebrity about.
I'll go and contact one. They have PRs. You go through them.
Please go contact Madonna.
Like you just need to send them a letter and get hold of them and say, hey, by the way,
But also,
like you have to stop
I'm kind of wondering why we only talking about collaborations and the kind of like with celebrity or kind of music wise. What about a collaboration, for example, with I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons? I mean, it's kind of popular as well, and always have been. So Or with
Yeah,
other
yeah.
IPs.
But which Dungeons and Dragons? Oh,
There's
Oh
only
my
one.
god. You get
There's
what
only
I mean?
well,
It
which
doesn't.
organisation in the Dungeons and Dragons verse,
But it
if you like?
doesn't
Because
care. It doesn't.
I can go down the high streets here in the UK, and there are Dungeons and Dragons shops
Yeah,
there,
no. Dungeons
stuffed,
and Dragons is a
stuffed full,
brand.
stuffed full of different brands that all provide products and services
But
and,
that's
and
not the
games
point that we're
within that
kind of
environment.
figuring out what Dungeons and Dragons I meant.
Is a brand of a type of tabletop game.
Which brand?
Dungeons and Dragons
Sorry,
is the
but
brand. It is
I
the
don't
game.
get
It
why
is
we
the
now
brand.
It's not a brand.
I don't know why we're talking about,
is.
like, I kind of have to figure out what brand I'm kind of talking about. It's just
Because
an
it's a-
example. It could
Yeah.
be any other goddamn IP and brand. So,
Okay.
I don't know, we can even kind of talk about, like, I don't know, bringing Barbie into Second Life. You know what I mean? Like going to Mattel and have a collaboration. That's my whole point. Go with favorite IPs. That would be kind of interesting as hell.
The brand isn't like she was talking about Pepsi, but any brand could have, I don't know, a fake, a virtual. I don't know.
I
Wait,
sit
didn't
here.
we have something
I
like
sit
that as
here-
well? Like,
I sit here in Second. I sit here in Second Life, and I get bulletins, and I usually get roughly around 7 or 8 every hour, from various clubs, all sponsored by, and they give a list of the names of their sponsors. And I guess probably that's just people helping to keep those club alive, maybe with the odd handout every once in a while to try and keep it alive. And they feel it's something worth advertising. Well, yeah, I don't feel it's worth advertising, but that's just me. But if we talk in terms of marketing and brand names being involved, then effectively they're doing that already, and they're using Second Life brand names. So, for example, I could be going to XYZ Club sponsored by Blueberry, or sponsored, no, Blueberry's not out there, sponsored by Kiwi or Tetra or something like that, for just picking a couple of recognizable names. And so you can have this thing already. What's going to compel me to go to that particular event? Is it going to be the brand name? Is it going to be the name of the artist? Because that's effectively what I'm looking at when I get there. That's the thing. Because you're not going to get that budget coming out of the Linden Labs. To be perfectly frank, they haven't got the money. They've had to go to private investors to try and invest and get the stuff in PBR rolled out. And they're laying people off now on the support side when they were taking people on not 2 months ago to try and clear the support calls. So if they're hiring and firing them in that short amount of period, then there's clearly some money hemorrhaging from this whole thing.
Yeah, you can turn a profit and still not be seeing actual money. Because it costs money to run a business.
Yeah. Point is, large IT companies are looking for a specific amount of growth every year to be regarded as successful. And that rate is generally between, and I'm not just throwing these figures out, this is from an informed basis. They generally look at anything between 20 and 30% year-on-year growth. And they're very happy with that. That's a third a year growth year-on-year on that. If they drop down to 50%, effectively they don't feel they're not making money. They're making a profit. They're making 15% profit every year-on-year. But that's probably the time to margins that Second Life are actually making. And the 20 to 30% is what Second Life would be making if they were more successful. And what you're dealing with is a bunch of investors out there that invested money in Second Life, and they're rating and looking at Second Life in the same way they look at other organizations and other software companies and other organizations working in that field that are making those higher rates of profit every year. And they're saying, you know what, Linden Labs, you ain't making it. You're losing people. You're not making the money on these things. So we're less likely to invest in you. Do you know what? We want some of our money back, please. So when they inject money into these companies like Linden Labs will take that money. They'll put some of that money and invest it into software development, things like PBR. They'll invest it into things like infrastructure, where they had lots of creaking servers back at their own headquarters. They've now put that into AWS. They'll invest that money into currency conversions and bring that whole currency market up to scratch. Tilia, all of that side of it, which is when it came through that part of it. And I then think in terms of tidying up and trying to support some of the problems that we've created along the way, which is where your customer service support comes out there. They'll invest all that money. But the point is, if they're not making a profit at those kind of rates after they've invested that kind of money, the investors are still going to be saying, we want a return on our investment. So where's it going to come from? And the only way they can try and do that is by cutting back on some of those services that they've invested in. And that, frankly, what's happening. Everyone's quiet.
Yeah, we're in chat. I said, look, it comes down to this. Andy and our friend have made multiple cracks at it, the most recent being this past summer. If there is something we who know real celebs, something we're doing that is wrong, then you guys, someone here, do it and show everyone how it's done. Apparently, you don't have to know celebs because it doesn't matter that Andy does.
My job. Clanny, you're not helping.
Who the hell is Trent Reznor? I'm going to Google this name. I've never heard of this person at all.
He is the lead singer of 9 Inch Nails, and he often produces their albums.
What's so special about 9 Inch Nails?
I think Zia might really like him, which is excellent taste. Zia.
Well, he's a guy in his 60s, right? He was born in 65. He's 60 years old, this guy. His birthday is actually 4 days after mine.
The Social Network was about Facebook, not something like Second Life.
Yeah, he's out there. He's a singer-songwriter and composer. Yes, he's a singer, and he does a lot of stuff with 9 Inch Nails right now. But 9 Inch Nails isn't the be-all and end-all of music business. Yeah.
Did he win it by accident? Because I thought that 9 Inch Nails did a cover of Hurt, and it fell under the country category.
As a rough rule of thumb, Trent Reznor's net worth in 2025 is $75 million. Compare that with the likes of Taylor Swift, who has a net worth, or Beyonce has a net worth of 760 million. Rihanna has a net worth of 1.4 billion. And obviously Taylor Swift is well over that already. So
yeah, she's a billionaire.
Yeah. Trent Reznor, I'm sorry, with the greatest of respect, I'm sure you're a 9 Inch Nails fan. You probably throw your panties at him if he appeared on stage in front of you. But frankly, when it comes up against these other artists,
well,
wait,
that might be an end. Eminem is in Fortnite too. Trent Reznor and Eminem are in Fortnite. That might be a way in here. It might not, though. Let's remember, because Second Life is not as relevant as Fortnite.
Well, I can check.
Second Life is trying to be relevant, and we have to support that and find ideas.
Well, these people are probably not actually playing Fortnite as much as just being part of the marketing, but it's happening because Fortnite is culturally relevant.
Right. Eminem is not in Fortnite.
Did he do a marketing thing with Fortnite?
No, he's not. They provide a set of characters called Eminem, and they consisted of a guy. I'm reading this off because I've just Googled it. They had a character called Marshall Nevermore, another one called Rap Boy, another one called Slim Shady, another one called Rap Boy Reloaded. They had matching cosmetics for these guys to do with this one, and it was added in Chapter 4. Eminem himself is not in Fortnite.
Okay, but it's a brand collab, so it's kind of the same difference for what we are
he supports that. We weren't expecting him to be in Fortnite. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's just
Trent Reznor 1,000% is not.
Yeah, it's
Fortnite,
like Eminem could sell clothes. It's a brand.
Yeah.
A clothing line.
Kim Kardashian had this mobile app that was something like, dress me up for a Hollywood event or something, and it was just one of those dress-up games, but it was her name and her face. It was a collab, even though she obviously is not playing that game ever, except in probably one 30-second ad. It's a collab. It counts though the same though. This is what Pris kind of originally meant when this conversation first started, right, Pris? Yeah. So it kind of counts the same for the purposes of the conversation.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
If I look at Fortnite right now and see which artists are in there, they say the new face in Fortnite is Doja Cat, and I'm thinking,
She's
does
not
that mean that?
playing it.
Hang on. When I look and I think, does that mean that Doja Cat is there for herself in Fortnite? The simple answer is no. They've done a Doja Cat themed region, unleashing chaos with a whole lot of characters, and they said apparently it's anything from Jason to Wednesday Addams to Scooby-Doo and Ghostface, and it's all within a Doja Cat environment.
Yeah, celebrities are doing they're collabing with Fortnite because it's the relevant thing. But here's the thing: the people actually playing Fortnite are probably all under 12, or 99% under 12.
No,
Not true.
Not true.
Oh, okay.
Not true.
My bad.
You can go
Yeah,
into Fortnite.
a lot of my friends,
can
yeah,
go
play.
Can go into
Okay.
can go into Fortnite apparently, and there is a character in there called Eminem. He looks like an Eminem. He's carrying a machine gun.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
our
so he
statistic
did
from
a brand
2025
collab
and 2025 is the majority of the Fortnite players is between 18 years and 24 years old.
Well, there you go. That's why they're on the pulse of what's relevant.
It's just a
character. Yeah.
It's a character that's in Fortnite who actually looks like Eminem. He's one of the boss. He's one of the boss characters in a level of Fortnite. He's not the actual Eminem.
Do you see this local chat though? Apparently, they did a concert with Eminem. They did a whole event.
Well, I'm not seeing any reference to that whatsoever. Oh, hang on.
In
No,
Juice
tell like
WRLD.
Eminem X. There was a performance called Big Bang. When was this? This was in 2023.
All right. Well, I think it comes down to this. Andy and the people.
Yeah.
Andy and someone close to us, no celebrities, and the person close to us is personal friends with some of the celebrities, and it's still, and they made a crack at bringing the celebrities to Second Life, and it went nowhere. If you guys think there is a better way, talk to LL or do it yourself or something, because I mean, as recently as this summer, there was someone you have heard of in SL, and no one came. So yeah.
Simple.
We think it's
We
marketing,
don't
then let's
know
tell them
about
in the
it.
labs.
Nobody knows.
Oh.
If nobody knows, we can't. We're not going to go there.
Here we go. So Eminem did do a concert in Fortnite very briefly to help promote this whole new thing with the characters and all that part of it. It went out in December the 2nd, 2023, part of a big event. It was all streamed live on Twitch, and Twitch reported that 186,000 streamers went live in the category during the concert, which was a historic high for the gaming category. But that didn't record the whole event, which went on for a couple of weeks apparently, rather than one particular moment. So it wasn't one concert with 186,000 people on there. And yeah, that was out there. Is Eminem in Fortnite? No. Is Eminem doing concerts in Fortnite? No. And if you want to try and do that with artists in Second Life, you can't do it anyway, because Second Life is a banned media in Twitch.
Okay, we can live stream on YouTube. There's not just Twitch that exists. Okay, YouTube does streams as well.
Yeah.
Successfully, you can do Patreon as well. They do live stream. TikTok, but every platform do live stream now these days. Yeah.
So what you therefore want to do is you want to take people out of Second Life and go and watch the YouTube video, don't you? Really? That's
what are we doing now? We're live streaming. And people just discover Second Life because they're listening to this stream.
Correct. But the point is, Pris, there is a delay between us talking and saying what we're saying.
That doesn't matter. The delay doesn't matter.
It does if it's a live event. They either have to watch one or the other. They can't have both.
Yeah, but
every live event has a
whole
7-second
point.
delay, so the
Yes,
FCC
yes,
needs
any
to
stream
customize.
has delays. Okay, the whole point is not about the live stream, it's about someone supporting Second Life. So if whatever Eminem says is singing or having a skin in Second Life or anything, then it becomes, oh, okay, so if Eminem, did something with Second Life, then it's a good thing. It's a point for Second Life, rather than having no brands ever supporting Second Life. This is not just about live streaming or being on YouTube or whatever. It is about having names that recognize that, hey, Second Life is a cool platform.
Yeah. Is it cool? Is it cool enough? Is it big enough for these things?
No, but who knows? Maybe the right name will do that. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't understand why you all want to be pessimistic about it. Like, Second Life is a cool platform.
Well,
I
we're
love
trying
Second
to
Life.
explain that we have tried and we have some of the means to do it, but you're trying to tell us that it takes all kinds of different stuff, and it's like, okay, so do.
Well, yeah, because I have absolutely no idea.
Oh,
The people
LL.
you're talking about, I don't know them. I have never heard about it, and I've never heard about those events. Yet I have been to many events that I came across by accident on social media, and they were full. Okay, there's plenty of events that are full.
Are they shopping events?
No, not shopping event. I'm talking about music events.
Well, I don't know if we're doing something wrong, then you guys.
I
tell
did
LL
not
to
say
do it.
anything about you doing something wrong. I'm just saying it is all about marketing.
Marketing costs money.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of money.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, everything costs money.
Everything costs money,
Yeah, but it
but
costs a lot.
every company's, every
It
business
depends on,
starts
and yeah,
with
marketing is usually like if it comes to music and also to movies, for example, just examples outside of Second Life, the marketing cost is always around something like twice or almost triple the ultimate cost to kind of produce the thing. So yes, marketing costs a lot of money if it's done well.
I don't.
I mean, of course, marketing costs a lot of money if it's the thing that has the most impact. Because you can have like the best product or whatever. Without marketing, you have no reach, and no one will ever know that this kind of thingy exists.
Okay. If our friend wants to, we can ask her, and if her friends want to, they might do it. But
to what? Sorry.
I mean, okay, if our friend who knows celebs wants to ask her celebrity friends this very awkward question, then she can do that. And if they want to come to SL, then they can do that. But she may not even ask them in the first place, because how do you ask that of someone like that?
No, I don't think this is the right way to go about it. I don't know. I don't know.
There is no simple answer. That's the is the simple answer. That's the whole thing. People go to people. People will go to people they know and people that they respect. And those, in the first instance, those are always going to be their friends and their contacts on their contact list. I'm not being pessimistic. I would love to see more A-list and as well-known, notable people playing Second Life. It doesn't happen, and I have to ask myself why. And I have to then base on personal experience as to why I've actually seen these events fail when these things happen. And that's what it is. Second Life has a number of great things going on with it. There's a lot of creativity going on there. There is a community kicking and screaming. If you find it and drag it out from shopping events, then you'll basically, you'll get an awful lot out of it. Will you get an A-list person? As I mentioned a little bit earlier, these people are used to dealing with, well, mutual friend plays a club with 18,000 people in it per night. That is more than half the population of Second Life in a day. It's simply not big enough. We are a
Okay, but maybe
small
we
town.
use the wrong example then. Like
Yeah,
I don't
we
know
are
why
a
you fixating on just a music event with one people. We know
We,
we
Because
won't
it is as
have
well.
that many events.
I think we went to music because it's an example that Andy and I know, and it's
Not
very similar. But you are talking about brand collabs, which
Of
doesn't
course, yeah.
require
I
a
mean, this
bunch
not
whole
of
started
people
with a
in one
brand
place at one time.
collaboration,
not
not.
not and I don't mean to sound with a downer. I don't mean to sound pessimistic or cynical or sarcastic even or any of these things. I'm definitely not being rude. But what I do see is that there is a small town mentality in Second Life, and you're dealing with people that are into the big city, if you get my drift. And that's
She's
what it
talking
is.
about brand collabs, though. She's not necessarily talking about filling up a sim. We got sidetracked when we went
Yeah,
down that road.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I,
don't think. Yeah,
I
get it.
think this is something. I think this is something that potentially we can talk about again. I know that we've been banging away at this thing for 2.5 hours now, so there's a lot more we can talk about it. So it might be something potentially we could shelve and maybe put off and have a chat about again. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah. Well, I guess we're all disagreeing on that topic.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can
We
go away.
disagree. It's a good
Maybe we can
topic.
throw it open to the community that's watching all this and to their friends as well and say, give us some ideas. What sort of people would you like to see performing in Second Life? And please don't pick the
Not
one
just
character. Trying to think of,
performing, though.
yeah,
Not just performing. What kind of real collab could be
yeah.
done, without having to perform? Like, it's not about
Or
having
let's
a
take it a
concert.
slightly different tack as well. When you go to an event, which event do you pick, and why do you pick it? And I think the why is a really big question because that varies, of course, for the different events. So, if you're just spending days store hopping or event hopping, going from shopping event to shopping event, then this isn't that question that's aimed at you. If we're talking in terms of community type events, live events, those kind of things, which one do you pick and why? We'd be interested to find out, particularly the why.
Could another type of question, though, would be I mean, we could talk again around Charm, that brand that sells expensive handbags, and people are buying those handbags and happily spending 30K lindens onto one handbag. So what about if it was the actual brand, like Chanel, Guess, I don't know, any of those brands? Would
But you're
people?
taking it back into the shopping area, Pris.
Well, I'm trying to find an easy example.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be shopping. I'm just saying it is an
She wanted a
example
brand
of
collab.
collaboration
yeah.
that could be done.
I
Like,
mean, I won't be buying a handbag or a purse. I don't
but
care if
I'm
it's from
not. I'm
Chanel,
not.
Guess,
Yeah,
or from
okay, well, let's take the boat
Uncle
for
Tom Copley down
example.
the
What
road.
about the boat?
I won't be
This
buying it because I'm a
boat,
guy.
this yacht.
Doesn't really interest me.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Chanel doesn't just sell handbags, and they have
I,
stuff in
I
minutes
was
and
just
minutes
No.
to spend
taking
time.
that was an
Yeah, no, sorry.
example.
Also, in this case, I'm a guy as well, and I would buy it. So yeah, this sexistic argument is not valid.
Yeah, I'm talking in terms of specific events, not shopping events. I'm talking live events with actual activities or communities coming in. Music falls into that category. Live music performances falls into that category. Other events of that kind of nature. What sort of events do people go to? Do they even go to them, or are we all just shopaholics? Um, do they go these things? If they do go these things, which ones do they go to and why? That's a really big question, and I'm damn sure that anybody owning a club or any kind of performing venue, will be really interested in those kind of answers.
Well, it's not just money. I mean, I guess it's money too.
What do you mean they pay you to go there? Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't think
not all artists just want money. Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
true
it's,
too.
it's in local chat, honey.
I don't think it's all about venue, especially venue. The issue with a venue is like there's a lot of lag, even though some, like Dennis said, there's a lot of events that are full every time.
Yeah.
But comes to shopping.
Back at shopping again. We can't stop thinking about shopping, can we?
The thing is, people spend money. They come here, they spend money. A lot of people just like to spend money. That's the reality of Second Life. And I mean, any games, they spend money. People just buy. There's a microtransaction for a reason. It's like people just buy those stuff. Any games now.
But if we take the sorts of activities, I'll call them activities then, without getting confused. Talk about activities that don't involve micropayments and don't involve spending money. I mean, do people even bother with that, or are they just so hooked in spending money? Which ones do you pick? There are notices flying out there. There are events broadcast in Second Life. I know that, in my experience, when these things have been publicised, we've had maybe 1 or 2 people on there because simply there is so much, and I'll call it noise, between everything else going on there that people just don't bother. So they end up going to the people they know and the contact list that they've got there. They don't bother with going to all events and publicity and stuff because they've got their friends and the friends is what they relate to. There are people that go to music clubs in Second Life, some of which are very big and very popular. And they don't actually go there for the music. In fact, they don't even listen to the music. They'll listen to their own music on YouTube or something else like that. They go there to talk to their mates. And that's what it's about. They don't care less who's DJing. It's nothing to do with that. It's about your contact list and not anything else. So
you just go to a club because your friends are there and you just want to hang out, dance together. It's not necessarily, I mean, I don't follow specific singers or anything. I wouldn't go to an event just because of one singer. I probably wouldn't. I just
Can I throw this open to the audience, as in the audience out there in the big YouTube world and everybody else out there, and hopefully this doesn't get lost. Maybe you want to put it in the
just
line.
You can write me a thing and I can do it.
What events interest you? Why? How do you know which events to go to, and why do you pick the ones that you pick? I think those the questions that would really enable some people to focus on.
I have a tack-on question to that.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I'm
only saying this because we've been going for 2.5. I'm only saying this because we've been going for 2.5 hours, and I'm going to have to drop off this in a minute.
I have a question to attach to that, which is, do you even pay attention to events and go at all? Because I don't.
Yeah. You don't because what, Clara? Tell me why you don't. Because you're busy working at the club the whole week?
Yes. I do the club full time. That takes up a lot of my time. That is
exactly.
True, but I have a little bit of my own free time. Usually I am exploring or building or just kind of generally doing my own little thing.
Okay, but you are just one person. People are doing. I'm busy. I'm doing YouTube all the time. I don't have time.
Who are not going to every SL event or maybe any.
Events definitely.
I have to go soon.
Yeah.
I know. I'm wrapping it up. Sorry.
I don't have time to go to a concert. Like I've been meaning to go to one of my friends because she sings all the time. I have things to do.
That's part of your answer.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not big on music.
It'll be good to hear it from everybody else.
Yeah.
As to what they do, and why. And how do they pick between? Because like I say, I get notified of about 7 to 8 different events every hour. It just drops into my feed here. So which one do I go to? Do I go to the ones
Which one do you
I
go
go
to?
to none.
invite me?
I don't
Do
care.
I go to
But
the
then
ones
the
that tell
problem
me
might be
about it?
like the
Do I go to the
oversaturated.
ones that interest me? Do I go to the ones that that are sponsored because I know I might be able to get something out of them for nothing? Which ones do I pick?
Which one do you pick, Andy?
I
Do you
don't
go
follow
to
any of
other
them.
events?
That doesn't matter. Don't let me influence it.
But yeah, why you don't pick any of them?
Well, don't you go
Too-
to other events?
Because I'm too busy going to doing my own thing. Actually, that's why. But let's not go there. But I'm simply saying
But I have
that's
some free time, and I
Yeah.
choose not to go to events because I don't care.
So literally, you both are like a group of the people, or part of the group of the people that were Andy scandalizing like 15 minutes ago when Andy was saying like that the kind of events are not successful because people decide not to go there.
I
But,
didn't say
yeah.
that. Andy did.
Yeah.
That was Andy's opinion.
Because
Yeah, that's what I said.
based on
That it was Andy's opinion. I was not saying that it was your opinion, Clara.
particular live events, not shopping events, live events in Second Life are successful as a result of people's contact lists and not the quality of the act that is going on. So it doesn't matter if you're an A-list person. This isn't a pessimistic point of view. This isn't to do with marketing. It's down to who you know, because people always go with who they know. I'm sorry, but that's how things are in virtual worlds.
Yeah, I'll go to
I
see
need
it
to-
because I want
And
to.
on that bombshell,
Yeah,
on
I
that
need to go
bombshell,
soon too.
I've said let's throw it open to the community and everyone that's listening in. Yeah, please let us know what you think. Why do you go to places? Because if we find a trend in terms of why people go to particular events and the sort of events that they go to and the reason why, is suddenly we have a position where we can build the ideal event for the Second Life audience to affect the biggest number of people in the Second Life audience, to make sure it reaches the widest part of the Second Life audience, and most importantly, the part of the Second Life audience that will be most motivated to actually go there. And I promise you, every store owner, event owner, club owner, anybody organising any kind of event, and I include the Linden Labs in that, would love to hear the answers, because that influences how they all devote their money and marketing and time and promoting these events. I promise you. So let's throw it out there, guys. Put it in the chat. Let's see what you say. Meantime, please, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We say this every time. Everybody's valuable to us. We really do appreciate you. And I need to get some sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah, I need to get off voice. The people I live with are going to bed.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us, and we shall talk to you next week.
It was a fun one. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yay!
I didn't get that all. Andy, can